skunky. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the weekly RFK Tech USA live stream. And yes, look out because those skunk apes are coming for your 5G tower nearby you. And in this corner, we have the biggest YouTuber in tech in the house tonight. SMT. How was that intro?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Appreciate
I do have to say one thing. I've been doing YouTube for a little while, and I'll tell you what, I am having the most fun of my life. I completely love doing these shows for everybody every week.
That's the name of the game, man.
That's it. If you're not happy,
you're in a good place.
Your viewers and subscribers ain't gonna be happy.
That's right. You make happy content, good content.
Yeah, sometimes controversial content, and you know, it kind of make people mad with what I say sometimes. But yeah, see what I tell you? They're always saying in the comments, "Are you in Vegas still?" Is it what I tell you? I just think it's such a pretty city. So
he did say that.
Yeah,
I'm in Vegas.
Yep, for sure. Well, let's see who we got in here tonight so far. Let's see. Gosh, the chat is going explosively crazy already. Wow. First, we got Instagram Shorts and Lives is here. Got Tom here. MS is here. We got the big Alex here. How you doing there, Alex? We got Red Beard. You going to be on time this time? Since when is Ricky always on time? I got to get my coffee. I was waiting for Zero Cool. I guess he's busy at work. Weasel is with Greg and Carlos. They're having dinner somewhere in Vegas right now. So I wait a little bit, but you know what? We got the big YouTuber in the house. So, I mean, who else do we need?
Ricky.
I know. He hates it when I say that. Hey, I speak the truth. When I say skunk-a-doodle-doo, and I say you big YouTuber, you guys take both those words and yeah, okay. Well, I thought everyone would vote on fake 5G and bad 5G. Yeah. I threw a wrench in the poll tonight. You know, I'll take it. Let's see what guys do. So you already guys know what I'm going to talk about tonight. So I really don't have a topic tonight. You know, I think I've talked about so much stuff. I mean, I brought you guys, Giga MIMO and Wi-Fi 7. I mean, I actually start running out of stuff to talk about a while, you know, but I'm not going to do like everybody else, talk about all the news and stuff. But well, the big YouTuber right here takes care of all that. So
you could pull from the audience, you know, just see what they're talking about, what they ask. Yeah. Maybe, you know, we can get some ideas.
True. Yeah. We're just going to go at it tonight. That's what we're going to do. We're going to show you some 5G N77 maps, some fake AT&T N77 maps.
Funny, and that is funny.
So we'll do that tonight, I guess. My Genesis phone was working fine until I turned off charge and now started barely working. Work in progress. The percentage of 5G, yes, it's hard to know. Well, it's not really that hard to know. A lot of deception lies going on out there. Hello there, Tech Guy 32. Nice to see you. I would have to say I'm not happy with the Verizon 5G N77 rollout since building small islands of coverage does not make sense. They should have cut down the launch markets for more coverage. Yeah. Well, the goal that they wanted to do is if the tower's congested, it gets upgraded. So I think that was the right way to do it. I think. I mean, it's better than doing it the skunky way, which means just put one tower up in every pop so you can say, we got all the pops covered. Yeah, I know. I just said that, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, damn. I just got hit by lightning. Shit. Based on Ookla's maps, I should have 5G on all 3 carriers, which is truly not the case. Yes, deception and lies. The highest speed I ever got with Genesis with overtone. Here's one thing you got to know with Dish, okay? Dish just deployed a standalone 5G network using LTE hardware and a 5G core and a 5G icon. They did nothing different than T-Mobile did 2 years ago. Right, SMT?
There's no massive MIMO gear going up for Dish.
Yet. There will be.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
the game right now is for Dish to be the 4th carrier and to have 70% of the USA covered, equal to what AT&T and Verizon has. That's the goal. They got till June to get it done. You know how many billions of dollars it's going to take to do nationwide real 5G for them? A lot of money.
They got they just secured, I think in November, $2 billion additional, and they just got another $500 million, and I think they were able to secure another $1 billion or $2 billion. So
Absolutely.
They know what it's going to take, man. It's going to take continued and consistent spending. You know,
they're not dum-dums. We just got to be patient.
Yeah.
When did Dish start building their network?
It's been a year.
A year. Okay. When did T-Mobile start building their network?
2000s.
And who's got a better network already?
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
It's hard to evaluate it because one company has very few users, the other one has a lot.
Yes.
Right? And actually, the T-Mobile thing is they went from T-Mobile to T-Mobile and Sprint to adding home internet users.
Yep.
That's a lot of stuff on your network.
You're right. That's all right. Absolutely. Caleb says, I'll be on. Give me 30 minutes or so. So Caleb's coming soon. Nice. Okay. I figured you got busy work and stuff. Yeah, but so you got to understand, Dish is just now getting started. I mean, right now it's just a regional carrier with AT&T as a roaming partner, which is great. I mean, right now for the price and what you get, you know, it's still in beta testing, though, I think, though. But still, and I know, Tom, you're having issues over there and stuff. But we got to be patient and everything like that. We got to give them a chance. It's just going to take them time. I mean, look, we've been giving T-Mobile years and years and years, right? And they still can't perfect it. I mean, some markets, they're getting a little bit better. I mean, compared to a year ago, actually, T-Mobile has did a dramatic, impressive leap forward, like a frog, or like a baby frog. Let's not give him too much credit. Like a baby frog. So yeah. And now I know everybody gonna say, "Oh my God, watch Ricky's live stream." He said T-Mobile is actually improving. Oh my God! I can just hear it now in the comments. I'm like, "Oh my God, Ricky's actually talking good about T-Mobile."
Part of being objective,
I cannot. You know? Yeah, but I cannot forget what they've done: the deception and lies, hacking, letting people get hacked, and all the promises, all the layoffs. I mean, if you haven't seen Sneed's video on his channel about T-Mobile, that was epic. I think when I saw that, it just blew my mind. It's like,
yeah, because what it allows you to do is see who they've been since 2000, right? Because people forget, like, we get these sandwiches of, you know, what's real, what's not, what's marketing, what's advertising, and they do good things, right? And then they try to hide the bad things in the process, like any company would do. My point is, I made that video to bring everybody back to earth. You know, this is what a corporation does, and they're no different. You know,
right? Like, it's all about the money.
I basically call the new T-Mobile baby AT&T. How are they so different? How?
Yep. What people fail to remember too is that the whole purpose of a company is to make profit. The whole purpose of a company is to make most profit with the least amount of investment. And return on investment has to be high. If it's not high, they're not going to succeed. So that's what they got to do. They have to do that. Otherwise, they're not going to be successful. Because if you spend $10 billion, build a wireless network, but you only make $10 billion back, and you have zero profit, everything you just did is a waste. I mean, it's almost like the American dream. You go to work, you come home, you pay your bills, and you have no money left. And you live paycheck to paycheck. We shouldn't be living like that. We shouldn't be. I mean, we should be able to work, pay our bills, and have money to play, have a good time, all that. But unfortunately, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So, and same with the business. You got to make profit. If you don't make profit, then you're spinning your wheels. You're wasting your time. Like you at the bakery. If you sell all your bread and then you have no money left over, and actually you lose money because you didn't have enough to pay the electric bill because it went up or whatever. I mean, who wants to work hard every day and then give money back that you're not going to get back in your pocket? So
might as well close your doors.
Yeah. So the carriers are doing the same thing. So the carriers are sitting back and doing a strategic thing and saying, hey, we got to do something here. We got to make sure you got to make cuts. So if you're not going to make profit, you got to make cuts, right? What do you cut first? What's the first thing you cut? If you're a wireless carrier, what's the first thing you cut?
You cut payroll.
Yep. So by T-Mobile laying off the engineers, laying off all these people and all that, what does that tell you?
Look,
T-Mobile Tuesdays and free lines is
Right.
bankrupting them.
Yeah, I said this before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the inability to properly monetize is what really creates this issue. You know, they add customers at an incredible pace, but the growth comes at a cost, and it doesn't
Yep.
really look like it works because the shareholders are saying, "Look, all this growth and there's no free cash flow." Yo, we're investors. We need to get where's our wins?
Yeah.
You know, they're dumping, they're buying all these shares, and they're like, "Yo, I've owned these shares for 3 years since the merger.
Mm-hmm.
What this is what you have to show for it? I mean, yeah, 10% growth is nice, but that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for
That's
20,
right.
30, 40, 50% growth. You told me
Yeah.
synergies. Well, where the hell are they?"
Yeah. It's
But
my money and I want it
really,
now.
if you think about it, Ricky, if you think about it, these are
Mm-hmm.
promises from T-Mobile. T-Mobile came out and volunteered these things. Nobody put a gun to T-Mobile's head and said, "You have to
True.
say these things, you have to do these things." They
Mm-hmm.
volunteered all those things. So these are checks that they wrote,
Yep.
you know.
And they bounced from here to the skunk apes on the towers.
Now, to the customer, it doesn't really matter unless the network doesn't perform. If the network is failing, if the network's shitty,
Yep.
well, then the customer has a right to kind of come and go as they please. But the investors got their hands out, you know, and
So
they're like,
true.
you know, that's where the pressure is coming from, and that's where a retail realignment comes from. Investors wanting
Yep.
more, you know, the pressure is there.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. MS says, I don't get Verizon right at the house, but normally, well, I'm out and about. It's really good experience. I don't know what they did when they shut down 3G, but the service has been really bad. Well, it's not from 3G shutdown because you got to remember this. 3G is a sliver of bandwidth. So that is not going to make much of a difference at all. It's just a sliver.
Might have
The
some
whole
bad
reason
LTE radios or antennas or something.
Well, they're optimizing. The biggest thing right now that's hurting 5G is dual connectivity because every tower is not upgraded yet. So if 2 towers over, you got N77 and you got LTE at your tower and you got N5 at your tower, The N77 comes in, it knocks out the N5 because there's no carrier aggregation for NR yet. So N5 goes bye-bye, which there goes your upload. And then you're mixing in a edge cell N77 3 to 5 miles away because they're beaming that shit so they could say, we have more coverage than everybody else, kind of like T-Mobile kind of thing. And who suffers? The customer suffers. So here we're going backwards. We go from LTE, we go to 5G. Well, first we go to fake 5G, then we go to real 5G tech, but they're not deploying it correct because they're trying to perceive to everybody, oh, look, we got 5G plus here. Oh my God. But if you do a speed test and you look at the performance like we do, oh, you guys are skunking it up. But the normal customer, they don't even know the difference.
Well, they do. They say things like, this 5G plus is the same as my LTE.
Well,
or I don't
some of them are noticing that.
I don't see the difference between 5G UW and, regular 5G. It's the same. That's where that comes into play.
That is right. Isn't that
so they
just
may not
crazy?
know like the technical jargon. They may not know the channels, but they're like, yo, this shit is the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got to get the screen share going. Add to the stream. There we go. Give you guys something to look like here in the background. All right, Jared's here. Got T-Mobile home in a week ago, getting 16 millisecond pings. Really? 1,516 ping? That's a lot of pings.
That might be the loaded ping.
Oh, that may be. Up to 500, it says download speed up to 500 and uploads to 105. So the speeds are there. It's just, the quality of the connection. See, that's the thing. There's a thing called MOS. Does anybody know what MOS is? That is the mean opinion score. Mean opinion score. That's what we should do a topic on, like upcoming is. I think I'll do that next week. What do you think? Next week, next Tuesday, I am going to do a live stream explaining how to measure quality of internet and how to use the MOS and how to get down to the root and see what the quality of that connection is versus a speed test that says, oh, looky, I got a gig down. I got 150 up. Oh my God, this is amazing. What do you think, Sneed?
We should do it.
What do you guys think in the comments? Should we do that next week? Because I think that would be a great thing to do there. Yeah, it would be good. I believe Verizon upgraded the backhaul throughout Cincinnati. Well, I got a little notice from the birdie in the sky that Verizon is upgrading all the backhaul on every single site in America. Not at one time, but gradually.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the speed test I did today when I was coming back from getting the new battery put in my Dodge Durango that I just bought? Yeah, the battery failed. It had a wet acid battery in it. It's supposed to have an AGM deep cycle battery in it. So whoever had the vehicle before me, they cheaped out. They pulled a T-Mobile and they put the wrong battery in there. And they broke the vent tube off and I got to smell vapors coming from it charging the battery, sulfuric acid smell in the vehicle. Yeah, so yeah, I'm fighting with the dealership right now. Yeah, I'm not too happy with them right now. I got off the phone. I woke up to a phone call from them saying, oh, we need your last bank statement because we got to finalize the deal. I said, the deal's already final. And I said, before you worry about that part, how about worrying about what you guys did to me? So they didn't rotate. They did a brake job on the vehicle, but they didn't rotate the tires. Now you got all 4 tires off the vehicle doing a brake job. You mean to tell me you're that stupid you can't put the back tires on the front, take the front tires, put them on the back, that way they're rotated?
Well,
oh, no, let's just put them on the way they was. Let the customer pay more money out of their pocket.
Yeah,
see, that's what I'm talking about.
Thinking, man.
So, yeah. And, of course, you already know that, when you do this to Ricky, you know what happens. When Skunky does something to me, what happens?
They ride their ass.
I talk about it. That's right. So we might be doing a full live stream on this dealership too, kind of pulling a TK on them. So I might be doing that soon.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Buyer beware. Do not go to these skunk ape dealerships. Yes.
I know that Verizon upgraded pretty much all the sites in the Cleveland area, so we got
Yes.
completely upgraded backhaul. Everything's 10 gig or better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so some sites are actually like the C-RAN, the small cells and the millimeter wave. Those are
Mm-hmm.
like some of those circuits are super high capacity, but those are different, right? Those are in the urban core but across the board, man, everything's 10 gig. And Verizon has a lot of one fiber here,
Mm-hmm.
with MCI.
Yes.
They're doing good here,
Yep.
man.
So that's what now that they're getting N77 pretty much nationwide, all these areas that has N77 deployed, they're actually doing the backhaul. They're going around to the sites and they're actually upgrading the backhaul,
People
which
are
is
good when
great.
they do those upgrades, Ricky. People are going to really like what Verizon is doing. It just has to
Oh
happen
yeah.
in their
We
area,
just got to be patient, just like with
Yeah.
Dish. We got to be patient. That's one thing.
AT&T's got a lot of potential. It's just going to take some time. By the end of
Mm-hmm.
23, I mean, we're talking about some pretty uniform upgrading across the country.
Yep. Yep. We got to be patient because it takes time to do all this stuff. Oh, this map. I hate for AT&T. Come on, AT&T. You can't have the upgrade. You got to zoom in so far. It's like they don't want you to zoom out and see the whole country. You see how much N77 they want you to go in regional. They don't want you to see like this. You got to zoom in. Ah, Skunky scared me there. Oh shit. See how Verizon you can zoom this far out when you lose it, right?
Yeah.
See? That way you can
Mhm.
see the big picture. You can see, but AT&T
Well,
won't do that.
Verizon's got a deeper build,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that AT&T map I just showed you, most of that shit in there is fake. Verizon is not accurate either. Now, I did notice a couple places that they actually reduced the amount of N77. They actually went through and they actually improved the map. See, that Verizon's not trying to hide anything. I mean, when you first put it out there, it may say that it goes this far, but when they realize after or they optimize it, oh, it's not going that far, they go back in. There's a guy that's editing these maps continuously. He's shrinking the coverage, and Verizon's trying to be transparent and more realistic. Skunky and AT&T are trying to deception and lies everybody. That's what it is. It's a good thing Moose ain't on here. Boy, he would just his moose tail would be between his legs right now.
he'd be like blasphemy, Ricky.
Blasphemy, Ricky. Yes. Very, very true.
AT&T's 5G plus map is pretty accurate in Cleveland. I'd say it's
Oh, wow. It's not
yeah,
here.
it's pretty good.
Not down here at
Verizon
all.
is pretty accurate. T-Mobile's pretty accurate for the most part. I don't really see many issues.
Now, when you go to Vegas, it's accurate. Actually,
Yeah, see, I
AT&T
think they got
performed the best in Vegas.
I think they got the metros pretty good. I think it's once you get outside of the metros, that's where they kind of get into some trouble there.
Yeah. Now, Palm Beach, Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, AT&T is horrible. There's more dual connectivity there. You know what? I think possibly that dual connectivity is not turned on in Vegas. I think that's why it's not fudging it up. Maybe. I don't know.
I
don't know
think
what the
that's how
reason
they
is, but
actually end up stretching the map. Like they use the
yes.
dual connectivity. They're like, oh well, look here's like a 3
Yeah, we're
mile
beaming this
stretch
shit 7 miles.
they say it's like yo, there's like 2 sites here, but you look and one's upgraded. And it's because they're stretching that signal to a neighboring cell.
Yeah, because down here AT&T has N77 at 300 foot on the towers.
Oh wow, how far does that reach, Rick?
7 miles.
One tower goes 7 miles.
One tower goes 7 miles.
Wow.
That's why
Holy
AT&T
shit.
did not upgrade it. They're doing what the Skunky did with N71, 600 megahertz. They're doing the same thing. Oh, we're going to put this one here. We're going to beam this shit, and we're going to fudge up your LTE. We don't care, though, because we're going to have continuous 5G plus in the keys.
Makes you want to downgrade to an iPhone 11, man.
But only half the tower's been upgraded. Deception and lies.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But it'll get better. We just have to be patient. He was getting up to 200 megabits of ping in the 30s. Now they charge the phone and shut down and barely works. Well, I hate to say this, Tom, but maybe it's just best just to put it on the back shelf and go back to AT&T or Verizon until they get done.
Yeah.
until they get it perfected. I mean, you're beta testing it basically is what you're doing.
If you're
pretty
paying
much.
money for a service and it doesn't work well, you shouldn't pay for it.
Yeah, at that point, it should be beta testing for free. I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Someone told me for AT&T areas with PEA under 100 are getting updated to N77 right now. Is this true? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
PEA under 100. I don't even know what a PEA under 100 is.
We're seeing AT&T do a little bit of real work, but it's nothing like what Verizon is doing. AT&T is pretty much stuck to the script with their 5G plus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if you go and look at the map too, I mean, you see the Verizon map, and then you see AT&T's. You see what they're doing. Look at this. See, they're keeping it pretty much. You don't see no little dots everywhere. They're hitting a metro area and they're doing it. Yeah, so you go to St. Louis. Watch what St. Louis. It's regional. Look, see? That's AT&T strategy. Of course, we zoom out, we can't see the whole thing. But
I feel like AT&T's network is pretty uniformly capacitive, so they can basically do things the traditional way, which is start on the interior of these cities and then work their way out. You know, and that's okay.
And you know why?
Like, the rest of the network is pretty modern.
Huh? You know why they can do that? There's one reason why they can do that.
Because they have a pretty capacitive network already. You know,
LTE. They have 5 carrier aggregation. They got 50 megahertz of LTE just about nationwide. And it performs very well. And then you throw a little bit of N5 here and there, helps with the upload. Works beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, N5 is fake 5G. So that's why they can do this. So they can go to the urban areas. They do that out. And that's why their approach is the way they're doing it. And that's why Verizon's approach is different, because Verizon's hitting every congested tower that they have market share in. If you're not in a Verizon market share area, you're probably going to be the last one to get N77.
Yeah, you should probably be on AT&T or T-Mobile in that case.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, unless the Verizon is more reliable, then you do that, you know.
Hello, Jason, one of my members of the channel. Hello there to you, buddy. Yes, the big YouTubers in the house. Woohoo! I think Boost may be having some behind-the-scenes issues. 2 people have Boost Infinite. Both has lines cut off because Boost forgot to process their auto pay. That's crazy that even happens. That's what AT&T Prepaid used to do. I had so many issues with AT&T Prepaid. They didn't process my auto pay, and they say it failed. They said I didn't have money in the bank or on my card, which I did. And then they shut me off. And then they charged me $10 because the auto pay didn't work. So they hold me hostage. So I pay them $65 and they keep me shut off. Oh, you need to pay additional $10 because your auto pay didn't. So AT&T is a big time scam artist. And that's what they do. They draw you in saying you're going to get $10 discount every month. And then they purposely don't make your auto pay go through so they can charge you $10. So if they do that to 1 million customers, what is 1 million times $10? How much money is that?
Oh, you're asking me?
Mm-hmm.
$10 million, Rick.
So what better way to screw people over and make money off people with deception and lies and a scam than to do that? To purposely say, oh, your auto pay didn't work. Oh, here, we need another $10. And that's just 1 million customers.
The problem is AT&T has really horrible systems. You know, they've got a bunch of systems that are overlaid, and they've been layered on top of each other. Nothing's been integrated. So you've got all these systems trying to coexist. It's just bound to have problems.
Yep. That's what I like about having Los Mobile, because I get the benefits of a really good service and quality. And I don't have to deal with them customer service people, because basically Carlos has to deal with it, because when AT&T fudges something up, he has to go actually deal with it. It's not really fair to him.
And they treat him better because he's a business account.
Right, because exactly.
You know, so it's different. I mean, consumers, bro, they don't give a damn.
Out of every service that I've ever had in my life, besides Nextel, of course, you know, that was the old days and that's gone.
Yeah.
But Los Mobile has been the best service I've ever had. It is a really good thing. It's too bad that there's people out there that take advantage of him, don't pay their bill, and screw up a good thing. Because can you imagine Los Mobile going nationwide? I mean, as big as Boost or as big as, you know, can you imagine that? Can you imagine how many happy customers would be? You get the good priority performance of the network, and it's prepaid, and you don't have to worry about it. You just use your phone like crazy.
Yeah.
For a really good price. And you don't have to deal with the BS. That's just a shame.
People are scumbags, man.
I know. A few people usually ruin it for everybody. So, man, I'm really behind on the chat. Look at this. Still at CS in Vegas, Ricky? Nope, I'm home. I just like the background. It was really Vegas is a beautiful city. I actually really had a very good time. It was really good. I mean, I mean, you can, if you want to eat good, you can eat good there. If you want to drink good, you can drink good. If you want to do the H thing, you can do that there too, which I didn't partake of that. And I'm not going to say, I don't want to get demonetized. So I'm not going to say that on here, you know, especially with the new, I don't want to say that word either. I was getting ready to say the World War II dictator word. I didn't want to say that. The YouTube, you know, that's what I'm calling YouTube. We'll say that. I don't think I'll get demonetized for saying that. World War II dictator. I don't think I'll get demonetized for that.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so there. See, it's a shame we got to go on YouTube here and we got to use code words so we don't get demonetized.
Code red. Code.
Yeah, code. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
We got to.
There's Alex there.
Secret language or something.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to give a shout out to Alex. Alex, you're a really great guy. You got a big heart, and I commend you for what you did to end the drama and all that stuff. And I commend you for that. You guys go check out his channel. He's been doing some really good content, and it's really good. So make sure you go check out Alex. Alex is now a friend of everybody. No more drama. No more drama. So thank you so much, Alex, for what you did. It takes a really, really big-hearted person to do that. And Gene says, my Boost Infinite autopay worked, but they keep texting me saying my payment wasn't processed. Oh, God, how annoying is that?
Terrible.
I'm sorry all you guys are going through all this, but it's a new company. They're starting out. They're trying to do their thing, so we got to give them a little time. Hopefully, they're compensating with some bill credits for all this stuff. What do you think, SMT? Should they be getting bill credits for all the problems? Yeah,
absolutely.
Of course, the bill credits ain't gonna help build the network, though. But
yeah, well, you gotta do stuff right, and then people will willingly pay for shit.
That's the thing. You got to have your consumers first, your customers first, and you gotta get their trust. Because if your consumers don't trust you, they're gonna dump you. They're gonna leave you. They're gonna pull a dump the skunk thing on you. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the Nothing phone getting released here in beta? $300, no warranty, and it lacks many US bands.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to
say. There's nothing to say about it.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
There's nothing to say about it. So, yeah, that's just a gimmick. That whole thing was just nothing but, you get it? Nothing but a gimmick. LIVESTREAM, the broadcast brought to us via fixed wireless access with a 4 megabits per second upload. Laughing out loud. Actually, I'm streaming on Verizon Home Internet. I'll tell you right, the best thing I ever did was dump Comcast and get this Verizon Home Internet box, because I'm telling you what, this is more reliable than cable, and it's cheaper. I just can't wait till they go 200 megahertz and they start lifting the cap, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine them lifting the cap and stuff and giving us more upload? I mean, I got 20 upload. I mean, it works for me by myself, but a whole house full of people watching 4K TV and uploading this and uploading, I don't know if that would work, but for, you know, one or two people, this is going to work just fine. It's great. course, fiber's coming here to my house pretty soon.
Oh, that's major. Fiber is major.
AT&T fiber is coming here. They said it's first quarter. So I haven't seen the trucks yet. Now I did see some trucks out there inspecting right now they're actually doing surveys right now in Key Largo. There's a whole crew out there going along the poles. They're taking pictures of the poles and the lines. I guess what they're doing is they're doing a survey to make sure if they add another fiber line, the big fiber cable, because they're running a whole new line down, and that's what's feeding all these new neighborhoods. I guess they're doing it to see if they got to replace the poles, make sure it's not going to overweight the poles and snap them, because there's already a bunch of shit up there. There's like 4 or 5 fiber optic wires up there, and some of these poles are on wood poles. Now, some of them are attached to the actual concrete poles for the electric company to come through, but where there's a gap, because from this pole to this pole, if the fiber, the weight of the fiber, it stretches it, and you can screw up the stuff. So it has to be supported like so many feet to keep it from sagging, so it doesn't mess up that. So I think that's what they're doing right now. So they're doing a survey for that, and when they get done with that, if they approve it, then the crew's going to come out and they're going to start. And I'll tell you what, you know how many miles a day they actually get done? I noticed they're doing like 2 or 3 miles a day on that fiber run. When they did the first fiber run they did was for the people on the ocean side of the island. The second lay they're going to do is for the people on the bay side. So we got a highway going right down the Keys. So basically on the ocean side, there's houses. And then on the bay side, there's houses. So that's what they're doing, because you don't want to put one line down there, split it on both sides, and then have it, pull a skunky where you don't have enough bandwidth to cover all your customers, So it's coming. Very excited about that.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a game changer.
We can talk about the new Ookla updated app with coverage areas. Oh, did they upgrade it? That's been out for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've been doing some stuff. I know that the coverage is updated. They've got new features, and I think it's more integrated, I think, with like the features.
Yeah. One thing that I can say about coverage maps just don't really show you the true, because you got to remember, we got 3 types of 5G out there. We got 3 types of 5G. You got fake 5G 1, then you got fake 5G 2, and then you got real 5G. And we already know what fake 5G 1 is. Low band, the old mid band, the narrow channels. And then you got the N77, which has the massive MI equipment, but we don't have a dense enough coverage yet, and we don't have enough bandwidth yet, because they're rolling out 40 megahertz channels or 60 megahertz channels. Some areas of USA, they're doing 100 megahertz channels, which is going to be good. But not until we get every single tower upgraded. Every single tower has 160 to 200 megahertz of N77 on it. Are we going to really see real 5G for N77? Because right now it's just a boost to LTE is all it is. And then you got the third, which is real 5G, like we tested it in Vegas. I mean, sitting in Hell's Kitchen. Did you see that speed test sitting in Hell's Kitchen?
Yep.
Crazy. I mean, gigabit down, 9 millisecond pings. The lowest ping I got when I was there was 5 millisecond ping in Vegas on the strip.
Phenomenal.
4 gigs down, 250 up, 5 ping.
It's incredible. Goes to show you, man, with the right gear and proper tuning, optimization.
Yes.
Putting the whole thing together, how great it could be.
The only problem with millimeter wave right now is just hit and miss. I mean, you could have it 1 second, then you lose it, then you're back to fake 5G, and then you're looking at your screen and saying, what?
Well,
50 to down and 10 up?
What you should be connecting to, if you're not on millimeter wave, you should be connecting to a wide channel midband. Right? That, And
the trouble is, they're not putting those wide channels down there, because they're thinking millimeter wave is taking care of everything. So
no, you got to be falling back on 100 megahertz and 77, maybe an additional 40 or 60 or whatever.
Yep.
The whole thing, man.
True. And one thing here,
a lot of people try to do this thing where they think mobile networking is one dimensional. There is no single solution to mobile network. You got to do the whole thing. There's got to be layers. There's got to be channels. There's got to be aggregation. There's got to be MIMO. There's got to be backhaul. There's got to be density. This thing is dynamic. You know, you got to do everything to do it right. Otherwise, you've got gaps. You got holes. You got weakness. You know,
like Skunky Swiss cheese.
Yeah, Swiss cheese.
Gotta get that jab in there.
Wham.
Speaking of lightning, we have Zero Cool in the house.
Zero Cool with E.
Yo, never fear. Zero Cool is here.
I like that. I actually like that. That's pretty cool. Get it? That's pretty cool. Yeah, so we really don't have a topic tonight, there, Zero Cool. We're just like mostly talking about, 5G and stuff like that. Skunking it up. And then so the other thing too with millimeter wave, which is great, is GigaMIMO is coming out. As I did on my live stream a while back. GigaMIMO is going to transform millimeter wave into a very impressive, almost equal to mid-band. Can you imagine a millimeter wave node on a macro tower at 150 feet, reaching 3 to 5 miles?
Damn.
Let's say 3. Let's not say 5. Let's say 3. If you could do 3 miles, would that impress you, SMT?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's
very impressed. I'd be very impressed.
It's coming in a couple years. It's coming.
That's exciting.
For all those people who said, millimeter wave is worthless. It will never be a nationwide technology. Well, guess what? It's evolving. GigaMIMO.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, and millimeter wave with GigaMIMO is going to blow everybody's mind.
Well, you just make sure that those people that were talking shit, they're not allowed to connect to it.
You're banned. You're fired.
That's right.
Yep.
You're fired.
Be like, you could stay on band 13 and band 14.
You're fired.
There's Zero Cool likes that one. So if Genesis phone says I'm connected to 5G, that means I'm roaming on AT&T. But if it says LTE Plus, that means I'm on Dish Native. I actually don't know how they got the icon system on the phones. I've never tested Dish yet, so I'm
Dish
not sure.
It doesn't have an LTE network, so no.
Yeah, so it should never say LTE. Well, if it says LTE Plus, then that means you're on actually AT&T as a roaming.
You're on AT&T's 5GE.
Yeah, 5GE. See, that's the thing.
Is there any update to that roaming sim, Rainbow Sim sneak?
Still waiting on that. I'm supposed to be receiving one at some point.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
If you want, I could send it out to you, Doug.
We'll test it first. I just want to see. I'm kind of still leery about it.
TomTom says, so Dish hasn't actually started out with 5G. They did what I think you meant what T-Mobile did by starting with the LTE low band backbone 600 megahertz. Yes, that's what they did. Basically, Dish is starting out just like T-Mobile did. They're using N71, which is fake 5G. They're using N66 and N70. So they're just using a bare minimum, a bunch of narrow band channels, the same tech that T-Mobile did. So that is actually what they're doing. You got to remember, they were required by the FCC because of the merger. They have to have 25% of the country covered by this certain time, which they did. They actually made it to 30. And then they have to be June, they have to be 70% covered with everything in the United States.
Well, actually, there's something important in the details here. Each frequency that Dish owns has a specific date and reach that it's required to have.
That's true.
There's 600 megahertz. They're 1700, 2100. All those frequencies have specific build requirements, a date and an amount of pops covered for
That's
each
right.
band. So it's non-negotiable. They can lose the spectrum if they don't reach those mandated
That's right.
time frames and amount of pops covered.
Yep. So here again,
before they do DOD, before they do CBRS, they have to do this first. They have to.
They're forced. So that's the FCC. So once again, the FCC, the Federal, you know what, Commission. I can't say that word now that YouTube is so strict now. We can't say bad things anymore. Yeah, it's the FCC fudging everything up. So, but that was part of the agreement of the merger. So they have to do that. But Dish has a plan. They're going to do 70%, fulfill the promise of all those frequencies, get a good baseline dense network using the old LTE frequencies, making it a standalone core with 5G icon, which is still fake 5G, but it's actually performing pretty good in most areas that we've seen. I actually live stream on Dish hotspot that Wes had. So Wes had a hotspot, and I was actually able to live stream pretty good inside a convention center with the Dish. So,
you know,
I know Tom, you're having problems over there in Colorado, but you know, they're still working on the area too. They're still expanding it and stuff. And the beautiful thing is you got a nice AT&T network to back, you know, as a roaming partner. So
yeah, I'm surprised like how well it's actually performing. Usually, I mean, to optimize 70% of a you know, over nationwide network, but the thing is, it's extremely more easy to tune because you know the parameters are kind of taking care of themselves, right? You know, especially with the Open RAN, the virtualized RAN settings, and you know the software, and it's actually you're actually able to work with certain RF parameters and customize it a lot more easier than you know than like a 4G LTE network. But 4G you have to like see. Let me give you an example. Like for 4G LTE, when you want to change a parameter, usually if you want to change like a big parameter, so you usually have to like let it soak, you know, for a week or two, called like a soak test. But with 5G,
like soaking in the bubble bath, hot tub.
Yeah. With 5G, I mean, you can usually like, you know, change a parameter here or there, and you can usually get like your key performance indicators are usually usually in real time and on the fly, and it's a lot easier, a lot faster, extremely a lot faster to make a RAN or RF change. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even my Metro service had gone downhill over the last year or so, but when I first started, I had pretty good service.
Well, there won't be that in the stores. There won't be any Metro.
Hi, I need to pay my bill. Oh, sorry, stores are all closed. Sorry. Wow. That looks like somebody that I know that was in Vegas after a bad night. Aaron's here. How you doing, buddy? Yo, Rick, what do you think of the FCC did here recently? What did they do here recently? Did I miss something? What did the FCC do recently? I mean, they're always doing something stupid every month, but what did they do recently? I mean, realistically speaking, we could expect too much for T-Mobile by a European bank. Oh, yeah. Stephen Smith, how you doing? What's up? Do you have a voice modifier set for this stream? You sound low. Sounding really low. What's the difference between a wet raccoon? I ain't gonna say it. I gotta be good. I gotta be good now because YouTube's like watching me really like a hawk. You know? They're sitting there. This is YouTube. They're watching Ricky's live stream. He almost said it. Oh, we couldn't take his stream down. That's YouTube watching me. Yeah.
Back up the algorithm.
That guy 32 says, I believe T-Mobile decision not to use massive MIMO on N41 is going to backfire once Verizon AT deploys their massive MIMO. And so I guess it's T-Mobile will have to rip and replace N41 panels. Yeah. Well, it's not all the case because all the new N41 stuff is 64 by 64 now. The thing that's hurting N41 and T-Mobile, the worst right now is the non-contingent spectrum and the TDD. That means you're using the same frequency to transmit and receive on. The panels are not made to have very good sensitivity on receive. So therefore, it's self-interfering itself because the spectrum and all that is not good for that. So when we get full duplex panels that, like I talked about in my live stream, the new 256 by 256 massive MMO, it's full duplex, transmit on one side of the panel, receive on the other, completely separate apart. That TD, if T-Mobile has the money to deploy that new full duplex massive MIMO on N41, that shit will go 3.5 to 4 miles and it will be on fire. So there's hope for T-Mobile 2 years down the road when this tech comes out, if they rip down all the stuff they have now and put everything back up with this new tech. That just makes my head spin because there's billions and billions and billions being spent right now on shit that's going to be outdated in a year.
Yeah, but it's cheaper.
Yeah, that's true.
But you got to do it. Yep.
Well, eventually they're going to want to actually spectral efficiency. They're actually going to need to do that.
Oh, you're making Zirkle chuckle. See, he used to be an
But it's
engineer with
true. All they ever do is talk
know.
about spectral efficiency. How the hell do you spectral efficiency without true massive MIMO gear?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good,
you
that's a
can
good
move
point.
everything to an SA core. It doesn't matter. If you don't have MIMO gear, shove it.
Yeah, I mean,
there you go.
It's if you can cut corners. I learned at a very really at the beginning of my career, you can cut corners and have it still work. But does it work? The best of really how you want it to? No, but
does anybody like getting 1 megabit per second uplink on N41?
No,
I do. Nope.
300 down, 1.5 megs up. Sweet.
Thank you so much. How's
awesome.
How's that N71 working for you?
Well, that's the thing. The N71 will get you 100 down and like 25 up in that situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't do a video call on 1 megabit up.
Yep.
I bet you can actually do more. I mean, have you actually tested the difference between the video calling for N71 and N41?
Yeah.
Is it? I'm assuming your performance is a lot better on N71.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's on FDD. That's part of the reason why.
Yippee.
Go to Ford. Oh my God, that's like going to T-Mobile. No. Wait. AT&T's biggest issue of lack of fixed wireless access, that's going to hurt them if T-Mobile Verizon can offer internet. And yeah, that's what I keep saying. AT&T is making a huge mistake. Can you imagine? They can't pay their damn power bill, but they won't do fixed wireless and make the money to pay for the power bill. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. All right, let's go up here a little bit to see. Let's go to Louisiana now. I'm just giving you guys a little tour of the 5G plus deception and lies across the country. There you go. AT&T has fiber fixed wireless access would tank their network. Well, not if they throttle it like Verizon does. If you do a proper network management and QCI and stuff like that, you could do it. Verizon's doing it. Look what Verizon's doing.
Would you take 100 megabit down, 10 megabit up from AT&T fixed wireless?
Only if it was $40.
$40.
Yeah. Actually, 20.
I wouldn't.
You would actually need 20 up to do that. Yeah. 10 is kind of really pushing it for,
because Verizon's coming in at 300 by 20 on N77.
Right. That's right.
So let's call it 200 by 20.
Right. For $40? Yeah, I'd do it. Yeah, as long as the jitter wasn't high and the packet data loss was 0.
And
the MOS would be at least 85%. Yeah, we're going to do that next week. We're going to talk about MOS. We're going to talk about how to test the networks and stability and stuff. We're going to do that next week. We're going to bring you a really cool, unique live stream next week. We're going to talk about MOS, mean opinion score. It's the evaluation of the quality of the internet connection. That's what we're going to do. Speed test. We're going to talk about MOS.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, Ricky. I mean, you guys got to realize that you like 1 billion speed tests per day. It's not about the speed test. It's like what do you usually do with it on a daily basis?
Quality.
Right? The quality. It's not. It's quality
time
over
to content.
Yeah, it's
I'm on Skunky. Yeah. I click on SMT's YouTube video to watch him talk about Skunky. I click on it. It takes me quantity. A minute and 20 seconds for it to start streaming to me.
Yeah, I mean, if you do, I mean, let's say you do 10 speed tests, but can't, do a video call, then what good does that do?
Yeah. So. That's true. Aaron says, do you ever see US sellers selling out? If you do, who selling them to?
We'll sell them to their mothers.
You know who the perfect person for a US seller to merge with? Perfect. See if anybody can guess.
Be Dish.
Yes! Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. And explain why, Mr. Zero Cool. Why? We always got to know the why.
I already know the answer, but I want to see if Sneed knows. Let's pass it to Sneed.
Oh,
I'll be calling it audible.
They have 600 megahertz.
Ding, ding, ding.
They have PCS.
Ding, ding, ding.
They have 3450, 3700.
Yeah.
They have N41 in some damn places, apparently.
They do?
Yeah, apparently they have some licenses, somebody was telling me, which is nuts. I don't even know where.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a great opportunity. If Dish and USL were merged together, oh my God, that would be like, that'd be epic.
Aren't there blocks right next to each other too, I believe?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, that's the.
So sometimes, can you imagine doing some, wider channels, you would nice 20 megahertz channels,
Yep, you'll be able to. That's why I said Dish.
I mean, you're limited to LTE, but.
I mean, if anybody can make that stinking deal, it would be Charlie. I mean,
Here's one thing that I was thinking about the other day. This was kind of a brainstorm I had. What if, like, after later on, once we get 5G matured and all these other new frequencies out, all that, and we're not needing the LTE as much as we need because you got the good 5G out everywhere, right? Here's one thing that I came up with a thing. Okay, so can you imagine like all 4 carriers coming to some agreement? It's like, okay, one carrier take all the N71 and put it together and redo the channel spacing so that it's 40 megahertz channels or 60 megahertz channel. Make it where it can really be used in 5G, especially if you get these new full duplex antennas and you make it TDD. So you change the FDD to TDD and make a 50 or 60 megahertz wide channel on 700 megahertz. Then it could be real 5G. But the problem is all the carriers have little chunks of it. But if you can come to agreement and say, okay, well, you take 100 megahertz of this 700 megahertz, we're going to take 100 megahertz chunk of the band 2, and this other company is going to take 60 megahertz chunk of the N71, and you divide like that. The FCC goes in and redefines it and changes it to TDD with this new massive MIMO that can be used for low band. Well, you can't really use it for low band, but you could use it for the upper mid band or the band 2 and stuff like that. There's still going to be a limitation on massive MIMO, but still you can make it like a 100 megahertz channel on 700 megahertz.
Yeah, I would still like it on FDD, even if the split antenna. The reason being is because you have like a massive MIMO antenna as it is right now. There's like little green. You show a picture of little transmitters, right? So you have your transmit and receive on a little green square. With the difference between the new giga massive MIMO Antennas is basically if you're doing FDD signal against that, you have a full set of frequencies, obviously one for uplink, one for downlink. But if you try to do a like a TDD signal on that, what's going to happen is it's going to splits the actual. Let me try to paint a picture for it. It actually splits the RF waveform. For example, for example, if you're just doing like one for say your bottom is the receive, right? If you just do one solid RF path for your receive, it works so much better. It's like if you don't, because you're actually like making like an X, like crisscrossing the two, and it just you know what I mean? It can lead to some I
was just thinking outside the box, I was just thinking of a way that we can better utilize this old technology. So I don't know, maybe down the road they'll come up with something like that. So
maybe,
but for now, if the FCC would get off their ass and auction off another 200 megahertz of 3.1, that would help it tremendously. There's another 200 to the pop. And then if we can come up with some 12 gigahertz and then do mass or giga MIMO on that stuff and broadcast that nationwide, I think we could have a standalone system on the new mid-band frequencies and the upper mid-band, which is 13 gigahertz area, and adding in there the millimeter wave with the new giga MIMO. I think if we layer that together,
that'd be nice.
That'd be the real true layer cake.
Yeah.
Screw low band, screw the old mid band. We don't need all that shit, because once you do all this other stuff, I mean, can you imagine this? Okay. 200 megahertz of N77, 500 megahertz of 12 gigahertz, and then another 500 megahertz of millimeter wave.
Yeah,
three carrier aggregate that using this new full duplex massive MIMO gear. Can you just imagine if you had enough backhaul, which that would be the problem. You couldn't get enough backhaul to actually make it squeeze out what you want. But still, if you could put like 10 gig to it, I think you could almost get 10 gig to the phone.
You basically treat, that's how I would do it, Ricky. And basically you would treat your older mid-band frequencies like a low band, right? You'd use that for your low band. You carrier ag you can actually do like maybe a 5 carrier aggregation if you include like a 10 gigahertz and some of the other, upper mid-band frequencies, right?
The future looks pretty promising.
Yeah.
We just got to get there. We need FCC to work with us.
Yeah.
So you think this is true? Tech Guy 32 says Verizon's N77 maps are more inaccurate than T-Mobile's, which used to be the worst.
Looks like Sneed had to bounce. So
yeah, it's probably time for bed. At school tomorrow.
FCC members are inaccurate.
What do you think of that?
I personally, think Verizon's maps are the most accurate.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe that's what he meant to say, are more accurate than T-Mobile's. So I don't know. But obviously T-Mobile's maps are lying like big time. So is AT&T's. Verizon, I think, is the closest. Look at the blob of coverage Verizon is now showing in West Virginia. Anyone know if it's a map area? Okay, let's go look at the blob in West Virginia. It's Austin. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Off stream, I'll point out Verizon, since they're looking at Verizon's map, they put a stupid speed island in my town. And I was watching your stream.
Speed island?
Yeah, where I have N77 on 2 sides, but then the tower in the middle has nothing. It all it is LTE broadcasting. Band 13, band 66.
Yeah, this is LTE in West Virginia, and I can tell you, I used to live here. I used to live right here. This is Doddridge County, West Virginia. I used to live right here. Is where I used to live. Right here was my house. Right. Where's the house at?
I want to say to Mike.
It's like right here anyways. This is where I used to live.
I was reading the chat and stuff. Michael, I feel bad for his mom.
And right through here, this area here, some of these areas through here, there's no signal unless you have a booster. So
Yeah.
a lot
It's
of the
really
West
hilly.
Virginia LTE is over exaggerated. So these are all hilltops here. But I used to work out in some of these areas here. And if you're in a valley in these areas, you don't have nothing. If you're on the hilltop, you're barely. So I would agree that the LTE maps for Verizon is wrong in West Virginia. I agree with that statement. And with AT&T is the same thing. I mean, AT&T is worsely overstated. Or I mean, worsely.
And then you got then you got T-Mobile's map.
Oh, here we go. Here, look. See, here's where I used to live right here, right? West Union. They just turned on N5 there. So they're just now upgrading these sites with N5 on it. So but look how far south this is right here. I mean, I used to work out here in the oil field. Like down here. See this little place, Oxford? It says that's when you lose signal. But no, you lose signal right up here. After you go around this bend right here, there's, well, I'm not pointing to the right spot on the map. This here. This is crazy. My mouse don't coincide with where I'm pointing at. Right here at this bend. As soon as you go around this bend right here, from there down, there's no service. None at all. So and clearly it says there is. So they're overstated as well. So with me being and I had to have a booster out here. Now, if you look here, everything that is LTE here, if you got a booster, that is true. If you got a cell phone booster, all these LTE areas are true coverage. But if you don't have one, you don't get that. I can tell you.
Oh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
So when I just got off the doing a podcast with a few friends.
Okay.
I was at their
Hello,
studio.
Ryan. Okay.
Hello, Ryan. When I pulled into the yard here, it went Verizon. I gotta say, the best thing about Verizon's network is layer cake. When especially where I live, the RF engineers, when they did the 5G sites, the one off to my east that has all the 5G on it, and then the one off to the west that still hasn't been touched. What they did is when you go into where my property is, when you come into the driveway, it will hand off. If a building or a tree blocks it, it will hand off to the other site, so you can consistently have a 2-bar signal.
Yep. That's definitely the way it's supposed to work.
T-Mobile needs to take some points from that because they really screwed my area up.
Well, the part that's hurting T-Mobile the most is density, especially in the rural areas. I mean, there's no overlap in the sites. There's no overlap.
And Verizon, what they're doing right now is they took the sector off to the west of the tower, the one that's pointing off to the west that serves the backside of my town, the main tower in the town. That sector is down, so it's pulling signal. The iPhone was pulling signal from another tower, and it had 1 bar, and they're going sector by sector and upgrading all of it instead of taking the whole tower down. I like that. Then they optimize it before they turn it online for everyone to use. And there's a kitty cat. He's excited for Verizon 5G.
You got speed test kitty now? Oh.
Nah, I got my own kitty cat. Yep.
Oh, you got speed test kitty.
Yep. He don't like.
Okay, so here's what I'm talking about overlap. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Here's a perfect example. Okay, let's go down I-70 in Ohio because I used to live up there. So, okay, let's go down here. Okay, now look at this. If you're on a network, okay, when you're going down the road on an interstate where there's cell phone towers, there should be no gaps in coverage. Look at this. Drop call right here. Look at that. Look, keep on going. Watch all this. You're good, solid for a while. Let's go down a little bit further. Oh, snap. Look at this. There should not be this. You should not have this. There's gaps in coverage.
I got another good place. Bowling Green, Florida, just north of Fort Myers.
Look at that. Look at that.
Huge dead
That's what I'm talking about. This is what happens when you don't have good overlap in your coverage. You don't have density. This is what happens.
Also, this is what happens when you decom Sprint sites.
Exactly. And guess what I saw today? I saw a Sprint site being taken down today. I
Oh,
posted on
nice.
Twitter.
Oh, wait, you saw the same thing I saw 3 months ago that literally I can see across the top
Yeah,
of the
they're
tree
starting to
line?
take down Sprint sites down here in the Keys. Yep.
They did the same thing. There's literally a site that literally if they would have left it alone, brought it over to the
Yep.
T-Mobile side, I would have had
Yep.
a negative 90 dBm and a positive
That's
10
it.
sign-on.
That's
Even on
right.
M41. And
Look
do
at
you
this.
imagine?
Look at this gap right here. Look at this gap after gap. Look at this. Look.
And if they,
Hey,
Look at this.
I think the conversations will change in 3 years' time for T-Mobile coverage. I mean, you know, to give them some credit, they do have a national build plan.
Well,
So
I would hope so.
Zero cool. If they would have done that, I would have been able to get rid of my Xfinity and go T-Mobile home internet.
Oh yeah.
It would have done 600 down by it would have done what Ricky and them were getting at the house in Vegas.
Yeah, I got you.
1,000 down.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, look at that.
120.
Yeah, that's like that's Swiss cheese right there.
Literally. Good God.
Swiss cheese.
At its best.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Anyways, anyways, that's what they like saying up Ohio. I say, anyways.
Do you
I don't know
think,
why
do
they
you think
say that.
T-Mobile's network is Swiss cheese?
Yeah. Oh shit! Oh my God, that's crazy. Oh, that kitty's.
Then it's
Oh, there we go.
I was
Yeah,
waiting
speed
for
test kitty. Speed test kitty used to say it too. He would test the network, and then Carlos would look at him and says, "Does T-Mobile suck?" And then the kitty would go, "Meow."
Dude, you keep mentioning T-Mobile and he just clawed me. God.
"Oh, damn." Tom
You like
says, "I don't know why Verizon didn't upgrade backhaul before they messed around with millimeter wave." Well,
What? How? Verizon does. I'm hearing.
I don't know. I've never seen a bad millimeter wave test because of backhaul. I've never seen that in my life. I've never
Me
seen
neither.
that.
I mean, I haven't. seen it,
AT&T
to my knowledge.
Fiber has 2 gigs using T-Mobile home internet, getting 15 and 17 millisecond pings, getting 250 to 450 on downloads. Well, that sounds good, Jarrett. What city is that in? Or you don't have to say exactly what city, but what area is that in?
Here, if I did T-Mobile home internet, I'd had better link with Starlink.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
It could be my area. AT&T has 5G plus, and Verizon does not even have N77 yet, but they have started to fix the issues with their permit. Oh, okay, that's good.
Well, even
AT&T has enough wireless spectrum, unlike Verizon. Yes.
so,
Funny because the modernized rural AT&T site keeps up with the speed of N77 at 40 megahertz. Yes, that could happen. I mean,
Yeah,
AT&T
that
has
could.
a strong LTE network. You got to remember that.
dude, that stuff that in Denell in
I
Florida,
mean,
it was gone.
AT&T has more LTE spectrum than Verizon did. I mean, look what Verizon's been working on for forever. Band 13, 66, and 2. I mean, 30, anywhere between 10 to 45 megahertz of spectrum nationwide is what they had to deal with. And I know some areas got congested and the speeds were slow, but looking at what they had and what you could achieve with it is very impressive.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
just
give
look at the root
Verizon the
metrics.
same amount of spectrum that AT&T and T-Mobile has. You guys watch what's going to come up in the next 2 years. When they do 200 megahertz on N77 nationwide, it's going to blow your damn mind away. And then 2 years later, when they do the 256 by 256 massive MIMO upgrade with the full duplex, that's going to blow your mind away a second time. Crazy.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it. I'm gonna say it now. You ready? I'm gonna throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be surprised if you get almost millimeter wave speed for downlink.
Oh, yeah.
2.5.
Oh, it's
gigabits.
definitely
They're
coming. It's coming. 2.5 down on N77 nationwide. It is coming. Promise you.
Yay! I hope Xfinity gets their dirt put in their mouth for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ryan
Ricky,
says AT&T and DirecTV was a nightmare getting billing combined back when I had both.
Oh, don't even remind me.
I mean, like
about
a perfect example of Verizon not performing AT&T is you can show them the root metric scores in Modesto, California. I still hold the 100% calling and reliability there.
Oh, yeah. Aaron says, I wouldn't mind getting a Los mobile line. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people ruined it, so it's only going to be by inviting just a select few people and stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, MS, for the $2.71 super chat. Los Mobile is by far the best. Just like Los. Great show. Thank you so much for that. Carlos is a great guy. Yes, I am so happy that I got to be able to do the Los Mobile thing. Thank you so much for that, Carlos.
Me and Sneed, we're gonna nickname it Goat Mobile because it's the goat.
I don't like that. I don't know why everybody wants to call something a goat. A goat is a filthy, nasty, ugly ass animal.
Oh, you cussed. YouTube's watching. Oh.
I know. F YouTube.
Hey.
That's now it's 50 cents off the stream.
Yeah, I can see it now. I go back in here and it says, "You're demonetized. Thank you very much for playing." I can just see it now. Let me look and see it. Let me see if it turned yellow. Let me look. I'm looking in here right now with live stream. Oh, no, it still says green. So far, I'm good. Still.
Yeah, once or twice. I don't think it's going to impact you.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, worst case scenario, I have to go back, edit it, and just blur out the thing that they don't like and stuff. So the thing I hate about YouTube is they don't tell you what the problem is. They just said, "Oh, there was a problem. We're not going to monetize you." Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, tell me what I did wrong so I can go out and bleep it out. I mean, come on, YouTube. RFK, I am returning my Gen 5 line, and I will get it once again once I offer good service other than the S22. Yes. The regular S22 phone is not a very good phone either. So that's another thing. They're using the food stamp version of the S22 to use it for their network. It's in beta testing pretty much. So it will get better. It's just going to take time. So yeah, apologize for that. So, I mean, you can call tech support directly there and see if they can troubleshoot things with it. Maybe they can get it working for you. So that's the best thing to do is call them and do troubleshooting. But I don't know if they really have a big enough tech support to handle all the influx of calls. So I don't know. That's why Boost Infinite is still in beta. Yeah, it's pretty much beta testing. Yep. But my Boost Infinite payments has now went through. Okay, good, Gene. Thank you for your kind words with your honey. Appreciate that. You're welcome, Alex. SpeedTech says, "Yo, what's up?" I got to get caught up in this chat. We're way behind in the chat here.
Oh, yeah.
David says, "Holla. I assume that the phone also lacks certification for voice over LTE, which will definitely make it useless." Yeah, the problem with this too is, you're working with your standalone system. You should be using voice over NR, but it's not working properly because you're using LTE kind of components and a standalone core with 5G, and you can't. And the voice over NR is not perfected yet, so it sucks because what they have to do is the same thing as Skunky does. They got to use a fake voice over NR fallback, the EVS thing. They got to do that. So when you make a phone call, you leave the standalone network and then you do this backside thing so you can make a phone call. So Dish and T-Mobile are having the same issues. That is why Verizon and AT&T is not launching standalone yet. They're not launching voice over NR because it's not perfected yet. It will just cause problems. Go ahead, Austin.
My iPhone actually will not, for the love of its life, ever pick up T-Mobile standalone.
Well, that's a good thing.
It keeps doing NSA.
Kind of crappy.
I know. I'm glad it doesn't.
When I was in Fort Lauderdale and I was in Vegas, when it connected to standalone, it performed like shit.
I want to see, like AT&T has the.
I meant to say poo-poo.
I want to see what T-Mobile or even Verizon do. How AT&T on the iPhone, there's a switch under the 5G settings where you could turn on standalone. Right now it's dim and it's off.
Yep.
But I want it to where the carriers, if they're going to roll it out, people that are technologically savvy, let us turn it on. And then at any case, let us turn off. Then we get rerouted back to NSA.
Yep.
Because the non-technical people are not going to go in there and mess with the 5G settings.
That's true. That's true. So that's what they got. They have to have set up automatically because not everybody's like us. That's true.
Where you have to for the now near time, just let it to where we manually turn it on.
I think the nationwide standalone, 5G UC that T-Mobile turned out was absolute BS and just the worst thing that they've done to date.
Yes.
Good God.
I agree. Yes. Very, very, very true.
I'm not going to ask the cat what he thinks about it.
You're not?
Nope. That's
I think
exactly
that's what
why.
he thinks about it.
I mean, I barely get T-Mobile service at my place here, and it says, "Oh, it's 5G UC. Oh, it's going to be great." You know, it's just no.
You know what happens when Speed Test Kitty tests AT&T in Vegas?
Man, you kept mentioning T-Mobile. He just ran away.
Oh, snap. Yep. And then Speed Test Kitty tests T-Mobile. Oh, yeah. And then when Kitty tests Verizon on millimeter wave, there you go.
It was got to. Dude, I want to get my hands on some millimeter wave. I really want to test it.
Tom says, have you tried T-Mobile Home Internet? It's $50 a month for all members. With Verizon, you have to pay more if you aren't a customer already.
I would pay more on Verizon.
Yeah, right now I am paying $70 a month for my Verizon Home Internet with the cloud backup. I actually pay for that. I don't actually have a Verizon line to get it for $25 because Verizon won't approve me to get a phone. Because if I'm gonna add a line to my Verizon Home Internet, I want them to give me a free phone, but they won't do it because your credit's not good enough. So, but I'm not going to bring my own device to do that because then I got to pay full price for a device only to save $25 or, to get the $25 price. I'm not doing that. So if Verizon wants me to have another line, they will give me a free phone. So until they do that, they can pound sand. I ain't doing it. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Y'all have too much fiber. Yes. And the skunk apes love fiber. Yes. Comcast is trash.
Oh yeah, speaking of Comcast.
Uh-oh.
I got a bone to pick about Comcast.
Uh-oh.
I'm visually impaired. Their forms to fill out because the owner of the account that had my our Xfinity account at this house passed away within the last year.
Oh.
The forms suck donkey.
Uh-oh.
I'll be clean about it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm kind of tempted to make phone calls tomorrow to the Better Business Bureau.
Oh, snap.
Start a war.
Oh, snap.
Thank
you, Alex, for the $4.99 super chat. Yeah, Verizon over Comcast. Thank you so much for the super chat there, Alex. Thanks.
He was watching my stream earlier today.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching Alex quite a bit. He's been getting on there doing some nice topics and stuff. He's doing a great job. So make sure everybody goes to Alex's channel and subscribe and watch his stuff because he's doing some nice stuff here lately. Very good. And I noticed you got a lot more viewers now and you got a lot more people. So yeah, I think you're in a positive direction, which is great. We have Xfinity gig speed internet is great for now, but better than T-Mobile home internet. All right. For most people, T-Mobile home internet has gotten way better recently. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm not going to chance it. Ricky, did you see the video where I got millimeter wave inside the pizzeria and I will speak texting? Oh, speed testing. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We were sitting in Hell's Kitchen behind the glass and we got millimeter wave. Yeah.
Wow. It traveled through glass.
Yes. It went through glass.
Holy
and there
cow.
was a tree. There was actually a palm tree out there and went through the palm tree too.
Wow.
Yeah. Amazing. SpeedTech says, I got T-Mobile home internet for a month ago today. Got rid of calm crap. We stand for that $25 a month home internet for some time. Awesome. The only benefit to keep my Genesis line is that I get free service by interacting with a few minutes a day with the APP to earn free month. There you go. Well, there you go. Yeah, you can always keep that as a second line too, as backup. And then you already have it. So when it does improve and get better, then you're already there. You don't have to get it,
Currently,
I'm hoping that the S23 Ultra is going to be offered by Dish. If the S23 modem in there, the S23 Ultra modem is really happy with Dish and really performs, even if you have to bring your own device and do that.
It should.
I think it'd be.
It's
I
got
think it will work really good.
It's got the with the band 70 on there, right? On the frequency list.
I don't know. Let's see.
If you could check that, there's your answer right there. Because basically, the rule of thumb is if they support the carrier's frequencies, they will be launched on their network, right? Especially those proprietary
there you
frequencies.
go. 2, 5, 7, 12, 25, 26, 30, 38, 41, 48, 66, 71, 77.
Oh boy.
Both 77s. 77A and 77C.
So maybe not Dish just yet.
Yep, it's not ready yet. I don't see any phones with N70. I don't see any of the new phones coming out. Look, they're still making LTE. Nokia's coming out with an LTE phone. It's 2023, and we got fake 5G out here, and these companies are still putting out LTE phones.
I mean, after all, it's fake
look at
5G. It's fake 5G.
Yeah, it's fake 5G. Why get it? Yeah, fake 5G.
Yeah, why get it?
Oh, look, here's a Techno Spark 10 5G. Has 5, 7, 12, 38, 41, 66, 77, 78, and that's it.
You know what annoys me is the fact
there's
that
no 48.
That is annoying.
It's crazy.
And you know what else annoys me, Ricky? Is the fact that they make these Android phones have the 5G naming on the end.
Yeah.
That annoys me.
Yeah. That annoys me too. I agree.
Oh,
look, here's a phone. Look. See this phone? There's a Motorola XT2311.
Oh.
Yeah, Motorola's got some new phones out. I mean, the Motorola Edge Pro. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's look at this. Let's go to Boost and see. I forget which phone that is. Is it this phone right? No. What was it called? Motorola what?
Was it the Edge, right?
What was we looking at here? Is there this? No, it's not that one. Which one was it? Oh, it says XT2311, but I don't know what the actual name is. I don't know what the actual name is. I'm surprised that they're not listed as one of the carriers yet. Dish is not actually up here as one of the carriers on this site, Phone Scoop, anyways.
I wonder if it's because
and I think it's crazy because these are the carriers, right? It says here these are all the carriers, but these are not all carriers. Verizon's a carrier, AT&T is a carrier, T-Mobile's a carrier, Metro is not a carrier. It is
not anymore.
Prepaid version of T-Mobile, and then you got TracFone. Then you got Cricket, which is a prepaid version of AT&T, so that's not a carrier. Boost, which is part of Dish, which is not a carrier. US Cellular is a regional carrier, so that's right. Consumer Cellular is an MVNO. It's not a carrier. Xfinity Mobile is not a carrier. So this is deception and lies right here.
You know what the
Here's the other
Spectrum on. Might as well put.
Here's the other carriers.
Spectrum on there.
You know what
these are not other carriers either. See here, this is crazy.
Yeah. The Metro stores are shutting down. This is definitely going to pad AT&T's pockets with the prepaid Cricket brand for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty damn crazy. Let's see what we got news here. Let's see what's in the news for. Phone Scoop usually has pretty good news articles in here. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. FAA sets timeline for long-term solution to 5G interference at airports. This shit should have been gotten rid of and squashed a long time ago because there's no problems, no issues. Go pound sand, FAA.
Well, look, it's by, I don't know if you could spin that article there. At least it's by what, February
1st.
Or February yeah, 1st, like a year from now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better. It's better than late.
It's better than nothing, right?
Never.
Yeah, better late than never. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna come on the Mac. My phone.
There's an interesting article right there.
Yeah, Qualcomm versus Bullet. Satellite connectivity comparison and hands-on. Wow. Both Bullet and Qualcomm have just announced new solutions for putting satellite connectivity in Android phones. Both services offer two-way messaging for non-emergency use in addition to a SOS service. Both systems are already operational, and companies are doing very live demos here in Las Vegas. I checked out. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to do the voiceover really fast. I can't quite go that fast yet. I bet you Austin can go that fast. He's been listening to his voiceover so long. I bet you he can go that fast. Both systems are already operational. Companies are doing live demos. Blah, 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 blah. See, I get tongue twisted when I go too fast. While the basics are similar, there are a lot of small important differences. Read for a full breakdown of how these services differ and how they work well. Okay, let's look at the pictures. Looky here. We got pictures now. Look at this. Pictures. Look, it was raining out there. Look, they got water on the phone.
Hey, they
had to be out. They had to be outside because you can't connect to the satellite inside CES. So of course. But,
I got a quick question for you, Ricky. Have you played like the S22 series? Have you gotten a chance to play with just the regular or the Plus 22 at all?
No, I've never touched a regular one or Plus. I mean, I have no interest either because to me, the only phone that's worth getting is the Ultra because the other two versions are watered down. I mean, you can't call the S22 series a flagship. It's straight out lie. The S22 Ultra is a flagship. The S22 Plus is a mid-range, and the 22 is a basic phone. It's a food stamp entry-level phone.
I'm actually just thinking about upgrading the
Ultra has vapor chamber cooling. The S22 Plus has a copper tubing in there, no vapor, just a regular copper thing. The 22 has zero cooling in it. It doesn't have any kind of cooling for the phone. Yes. So if you get a 22 or 22 Plus, you're going to have a lot more overheating issues compared to the 22 Ultra. And even the 22 Ultra gets hot. And there's a system in there that turns off the thermal throttling. Okay, so PA Tech Josh went in and said, "Hey, let's turn your thermal throttling off." So we went in there and we turned it off. Guess what happened when I did that? The phone overheated and shut down on Dex. I was using Dex at the rental house in Vegas, and it was in a house that was already cool. It was only like 70 degrees inside there, so it wasn't hot in there. And it was laying on a table that was hot or cool, and it got hot and shut down my Dex.
And this is what phone was this?
My S22 Plus.
Gotcha.
If you shut off the thermal throttling on this, it will overheat and shut down. So you have to have the thermal throttling enabled on this phone, or it's worthless. It shuts down. We had speed testing millimeter wave, and it got hot. But it did perform good. You know, I got 3 to 4 gigs down, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, run like 6 or 7 speed tests in a row, it gets hot.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna upgrade to the Ultra from the Plus edition because you know, I've been doing some thinking. I mean, you're basically dealing with like 2 networks at this point, like a cellular and a satellite, right? So it's gonna need all that RAM, it's gonna need that processing power and the cooling to operate 2 networks now instead of just one, right? So that's I'm gonna make the jump.
Yep, this is pretty good. Bullet does not have a price to share yet. The SOS service is free and a minimal fee at that. The non-emergency use starts at $5 a month for 30 messages. Let's end this poll. Let's ask everybody.
Wait, what?
Watch this. All right, if you haven't voted already, I got 61 votes. The question for the night is, are you happy so far with 5G rollout so far? Did I really did that? Put so far, and then I put so far again? Oh, shit. I typed that too fast again. I didn't realize I did that. I repeated the words again. Compared to LTE. So either yes, you're happy, no, you're not happy, or 5G is fake right now. Well, I was surprised I got 23% of you to say that. So we're going to close this poll out, so hurry up and vote if you didn't vote already. Say vote, vote, vote. Let's vote, vote.
So the Qualcomm is unlimited messaging here, I'm reading. We don't know the price yet. Yeah, get back to that article.
Okay.
Which makes Qualcomm the better deal, actually. Because, I mean, especially if you're doing with... I don't know how Bullet necessarily would, work with other OEMs, but Qualcomm plays. The one thing I know for sure, without a doubt, is Qualcomm plays nice with Qualcomm. You know what I mean? So,
Yep,
um,
for sure.
Yeah, interesting.
So the poll results are yes, 45%. You're happy with 5G rollout. Wow, I'm surprised at that, really, because 5G rollout has been just nothing but a sham so far. Fake 5G and everything like that, and dual connectivity, fudging everything up. 31% says no, and then 5G is fake right now, 22%. Now, when you add those two together, you get 30, 45, or let's say 30, 3, 4, 5, so 50, 53% are not happy. So if you put those two categories together, 53% are not happy, 45% are happy. So not surprised by that there. So all right, so let's see. Let me do another question. I'm going to do another poll question for you guys. Let's see. Are you happy to see SAT, SOS, and message services? Hopefully my scanner is not too loud. That deputy is screaming across the radio. Message service coming to the carriers. There we go. Do another poll question for you guys.
I am one happy camper. I am, this guys, think about it. This is the start of 2 networks on your phone. We got to start somewhere, right? And can you imagine just having, if you're in a Swiss cheese of T-Mobile, you actually be able to have, satellite service.
That's pretty crazy.
But here's the thing: the satellite service will actually, it's more secure and actually work. When you send a message, you don't have to say, you don't have to really worry about it. It may take a little bit of delay, but you're actually guaranteed that message.
That
SOS message for sure. That's why they have it. So,
what do you think there, Austin? What do you think about the satellite stuff? What do you think?
I have Verizon as a SIM. It's redundant. I mean, I don't see no difference involving the signal stuff for satellite connectivity. Unless it was like a true emergency. Oh snap, something died. Oh snap, something died. Hi, I'm Rooster. Something really died. Well, yeah.
Sorry, I had to let the coffee out. Who left the coffee out? Woo, woo. Who left the coffee out?
For some reason, I
expected you to keep talking. You just usually you talk and you stop talking. So I figured I had time.
I didn't have much to say about satellite connectivity.
Oh, you don't have much to say about satellite. Oh, okay. What do you think, Zirkle? You think this is pretty cool stuff? What do you think the pricing?
I do. I'm not sure what the pricing is going to be. I mean, hopefully it's cheap. Hopefully.
Well, it says here the non-emergency is $5 a month for 30 messages, and then it goes up $10 for 125 messages, or 30 for 40.
Bullet. I would never use Bullet. Because I think Qualcomm will strike a deal with the carriers to include it in their base pricing for the cellular plan. That's what I'd like to see. So
yeah, that would be cool. Hello, Mike. Good to see you there. Launch timing. Bullet is planning on launching first by the end of this quarter. So by the end of March, the first phone will be a Motorola DeFi series phone, also made by Bullet. But Bullet does want to put the system in non-Bullet phones. Well, I'm not buying a Motorola phone just so I can communicate with the satellite. Screw that. No, I don't like Motorola phones. I actually hate them. Motorola in the past was good, but since Lenovo in China took over, they have skunked them up. I mean, they can't even make a Motorola phone that has all the bands that's used in USA. What's up with that? It's crazy. Tech Guy 32 says, I will believe 3 millimeter wave when I see it, and it will penetrate building materials like brick. Well, I don't know about penetrating building materials like brick, but you will see millimeter wave go 3 miles. You will see it if you live to see it. If as long as you don't croak over the next couple of years, you will see it. Because I'm telling you right now, MIMO on millimeter wave is going to blow everybody's mind. Guarantee you. It's going to be amazing. We're still 2 years away at minimum, and maybe 3 years, but Qualcomm's working on the technology right now. They're testing it right now, and it's crazy. I did a live stream on it. I showed you guys what 256, my 256 full duplex does, and I showed you what MIMO does. I showed you what they was getting on MIMO on 13 megahertz, or gigahertz, I mean. It was crazy. And 13 gigahertz is halfway to millimeter wave, so it's halfway up. And if it was performing that well, it's just amazing. Very amazing. Mike says, I'm flying to Louisiana tomorrow to visit my family, but I'm not excited. Mother is sick in the hospital. Doctors do not expect it. Oh my God. Sorry to hear about that, Mike. We're praying for you. It's really hard that's just a really tough situation and everything. So very tough. But so our prayers are with you, buddy. Have a safe flight and hope everything goes okay with you there.
Cannot believe it's going to cost me about.
How does O-RAN radio network with Dish relate to the old technology of Nextel radio chirp phones that you used to work with previous job? Well, there's nothing similar to them at all. Nothing at all. O-RAN is basically a technology where you can use, like Dish. Dish is using Mavenir software to control everything, control all the radios, control everything. Now they can use whatever radio they want, or panel or anything. So the thing is, in the past, if you wanted to use this radio, you had to use this software to operate the radio, control the radio. But with the Open RAN now, you can use your software and then you can use any radio you want and just throw the radio and it will control it. So that's the difference. It doesn't have anything to do with Nextel or the frequencies or the technology or the push to talk or anything like that. It just simply means it's an open source software that can go with any radio. So that's how that works. My Boost Infinite shows LTE Plus, then I pick up AT&T 5G Plus on Boost Infinite. Yeah, until the networks are all densified with Dish, the tower sites are densified with Dish. Yeah, you got the roaming partner with AT&T. So you got 3 technologies you're connected to. You can connect to the Dish network. Okay, you can connect to that. The second network you can connect to is the LTE AT&T network. And then the third network you can connect to is the 5G network for AT&T. So your phone has to do all that time connecting between all 3 of them. That's the only problem with having something that's like integrated like that versus you having a Verizon phone that has only one network it connects to, which is, NSA, non-standalone, which means you either pick up the LTE tower or the blended part where you got LTE and 5G blended together, the non-standalone. So it's a little different with Dish since it's a standalone core, and then you go to a non-standalone 5G core with AT&T as a roaming partner, and then the third part is the LTE only, which is on AT&T. So as you see with Dish, it's a little bit more complicated, taking all those different things and blending them together. Plus you're using eSIM and physical SIM, I think, in those phones too, because since it has to have kind of like a DSDA, dual SIM, dual active, instead of a dual SIM, dual standby, where you manually switch the networks like I do on mine. This says DSDS, dual SIM, dual standby. So right now I'm selected on Verizon. I can go in there on my SIM manager and switch it over to AT&T. So I can switch back and forth manually. When you got DSDA, it's active, so it could actually connect to both networks at the same time and load balance and do all that, kind of like what an iPhone does. iPhone has dual SIM, dual active. The S23 Ultra, when it comes out, is also going to have dual SIM, dual active as well. So
should've
I
had
can't
it
wait to
years
test the
ago.
S23 Ultra with the DSDA. I am really hoping that the RF modem and all that stuff, the antenna module, all that works as good as an iPhone. The iPhone 14 right now is the best phone for RF
The
because
iPhone
I
has
seen it.
been-
I was
the
in the back
iPhone-
seat coming back from Grand Canyon with my phone connected to Verizon. I had 0 bars, no service. Josh holds up his iPhone 14 Pro Max and says, "Look, I got 2 bars of Verizon here." So the reason
13
why
Pro
the
Max
iPhone
does
works
the same
better,
thing.
it's got a modified transceiver in it, which has a little bit better sensitivity and stuff. And then it also has an antenna module that's been made by Apple. It has a better antenna module, so it's able to pull in the signals better. I really hope Samsung takes advantage of that and puts it in the 23 Ultra, and then it can do it. But right now, iPhone 14 is the best receiving phone for the networks. Yep, you heard it live right here on my channel. I just said iPhone is better than it. And in fact, I tried to go to the Apple store when I was in Vegas, tried to get financed for a Apple. I was going to buy an iPhone and do the monthly payments because I don't have the cash to buy one right now because I just bought my truck and all that. I just spent all this money on my vacation in Vegas. So until I work a few weeks, then my money is going to come back. So
This is why when
probably later on, I am going to buy an iPhone. I will be buying an iPhone.
Ricky, this is why I always will stick with iPhone when I'm in the field. When I'm doing weather forecasting in the field, I always an iPhone is my go-to for RF.
Yep. Oh, you're watching this on 5G UW. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was.
Hate to hear that, Mike. Prayers are with you, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thank you there, SMT. I know you had to bounce out there, buddy. Thanks for coming on the show tonight. Good to see you on here tonight. Okay, let's see. I heard Verizon's closing the express doors for online transactions. I didn't even know that was a thing. Let's see.
Now, a little birdie did flew in
Thank
my
you,
ear
Alex.
a few days ago.
Uh-oh. Flew in your ear? Oh,
yeah,
crap.
He flew in my ear, and he came from Vegas, but he was vacationing for the warmer weather, I guess. I guess he wanted the Florida humidity. They also told me that Verizon apparently is going to start putting panels up even before permits clear. So then when the license is there,
I also heard that same thing. I heard that
they're gonna light it up. So that I think that's
they're going to be ahead of
here.
the game. Yeah, they're going to have the equipment all ready to go, and then once it's cleared, they just flip the switch and turn it on. Yep, I did hear that.
I can confirm that is 100% true.
Yep.
Okay, so now it's
and of course, all the equipment they're putting up on N77 is ready to go for 200 megahertz. So as soon as all the either 160 to 200 megahertz is cleared, all they got to do is just optimize it. They just go in the site and turn it on, and then you're going to have 200 megahertz broadcasting at 320 watts.
Oh,
this is raw power. This is not ERP. This is raw power. Now, when you multiply it with the ERP of the massive MIMO antenna, it's going to be something like 1,500, 2,000 watts.
T-Mobile, you're done.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying all along.
In my area, T-Mobile is going to be done.
Yeah, well.
T-Mobile's got you live near an airport?
No, it's just T-Mobile doesn't know how to fix their crap here. They have PIM problems, and then the sectors. Wow. They have literally 2 sectors pointing in almost one direction, and their beams are interfering with each other. Yeah. Yeah. That's what the engineer did after the fact. I'm not kidding you. There's one pointing to the north, and then there's another one pointing off to the northeast. So N71 is interfering with another N71 panel from the same tower.
I feel like they probably wanted coverage out in that area, like wherever it's pointing towards.
Just don't decom a damn Sprint site, and you would have.
True. Oh, look here. Qualcomm's satellite modem is baked into the Snapdragon 8 Gen. That means the S23 Ultra is going to have this in there.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But I
got a phone call here. Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking.
I mean, the only thing is that it's going to be just, like I said before, it's going to be, it's fresh satellite communications, right? So you can do texting and stuff. You know, I don't think we're going to do voice calls off the rip, but you know, it's going to be great when you have a cellular and a satellite network on your phone. I mean, this has been my dream since I was, well, I mean, since I had a phone. So, um, this is going to be good stuff. And to anybody that's listening, make sure your phone has a Qualcomm modem in it. Don't get a phone with a MediaTek. Don't get any other type. Because you might need that satellite connectivity, right? And Qualcomm is the best modem for it.
Mine's not compatible.
Oh yeah. Maybe are you planning getting the S23 series?
No, I'm not. I'm saving up. If the iPhone goes USB-C, I'm gonna upgrade. But otherwise, I don't buy two different phones because it just financially I'm not gonna be able to afford it, and I don't want to get something locked on T-Mobile's network. And then I plan on going out to Vegas in January of next year to meet up with Carlos and everyone.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at flights right now, just starting to plan things just because, so I'm financially stable. $800 because my mom wants to come with me.
All right.
I'm like, ouch, and that's round trip coming back.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
It pays to play. It unfortunately it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the whole satellite thing, I don't have a need for it right now, but it is very nice to have for say what they did back in March of a year ago. It's almost been a year now. It'll be a year up in 2 months where T-Mobile really shut down their network. Their whole network here shut down, no service.
That's crazy.
For literally from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. I responded to I sent the T-Force on Twitter a message saying, "Why'd y'all put a town in the dark?"
Yeah.
Would you like me?
They should have put a cow there.
Yeah, they didn't, and I said, and I got really nasty with the person on Twitter. I said, "Would y'all like me to report y'all to the police on this one?"
Please report them to the FCC.
The FCC was also part of that.
Yeah.
Because anyone that would have done it, I didn't want to test it, and I was going to get clearance to test it. I was like, I wonder what happened if someone had to call 911 and they had a T-Mobile line. Hopefully it would have went through Verizon or AT&T. Because that would have cost T-Mobile some pretty pennies. Because it ain't zero cool. If I'm not miscorrecting, even Ricky could correct me on this. If a 911 call gets dropped, it ain't a pretty penny that comes out.
No, the carriers get fined. It's actually what it is. It's $1,000 per drop call.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, and not even that. Why didn't
don't forget to vote on the poll, everybody? Are you happy to see SAT, SOS, and message service coming to the carriers? Don't forget to vote.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I personally will not vote because I'm around service. I have 3 SIMs, so the likelihood I lose service and need that emergency services is highly unlikely. But I'm glad it's there. I'm glad it's there for the people that need it. We've already seen on the 14s, on the iPhone 14s, where there was someone in Alaska that got rescued. Someone in California got rescued. It's crazy.
I mean, thinking of all the flooding that just happened out in San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That kind of didn't.
Mike has a question here. He says, "What is the Comcast Xfinity Mobile Verizon coverage like in New Orleans area, Alexandria area of Louisiana?" Actually, that's a Comcast market down there, so you should have no problem at all down there. And besides, even if you don't have the Wi-Fi hotspots covering you, you'll still be connected to Verizon. And Verizon actually works pretty good down there in Alexandria and New Orleans. Yes. I used to actually live in New Orleans, so I used to live and work down there. So I'm very familiar with that. Now, Alexandria has no fake 5G. It doesn't have any.
It's just bare bones LTE.
Yeah, it just has plain old LTE up there, and this is Alexandria up here, right here. Yeah, it just has plain LTE, but look at the coverage. Verizon has very solid coverage in Alexandria, so it's really good.
Can we take a look at St. Louis, Missouri?
Oh, yeah. And then when you look over here for New Orleans, N77 is everywhere down there, so you should have really good. Yeah, New Orleans is covered very, very good down there for Verizon right now. So, you say St. Louis?
Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri.
I can tell you all this much. Selma, Alabama. Verizon was the only one that survived that tornado, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Their tower was not in the path of the tornado.
Everyone else
was cooked.
Oh, that's Kansas City. Oops.
Oh, that's Kansas City.
Oh, it's over here, right? Yeah, see, on Verizon map, it doesn't show you the city until you zoom in far enough, and then the city pops up, which I don't know why it does that, but I think this is the same. There it goes. See, it pops up now.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Why, you going there?
I have to, yeah, for a conference, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're all good. You're good. You're good. So yeah, AT&T. So AT&T is striking a deal with AST, which is great.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. That's gonna. I'm hoping. I mean, here's the one thing I was actually wondering about that. If you're on Boost and if you're on AT&T's network, will the satellite features work? You know, I don't know.
Good question.
Hopefully it does.
Hello, Baby Yoda. Yeah, if you could post a link in there for Alex's channel and Austin's channel. When Austin gets to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to do a $50 giveaway for Austin.
So
and put in Alex's channel in there too, his link or his channel.
Some of your audience was watching my stream earlier today. I did pull the stream down, but I am redoing that video. Talking about MacBooks, and then it'll be out tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So I'm about to flood Comcast because I got 2 videos to upload, about 20 gigs.
SpeedTech says I have a lot of 5G plus in my state, Georgia. Just kidding. There's none. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying hello. I ain't even caught up in the chat yet. Let me get caught up in the chat here.
Jeez.
Right now I'm connected to 5G. UC headache is stalling out while I'm watching the live stream. Wow. Got some dual connectivity skunking it up there. I would take 25, 10 down for fixed wireless at 75. Man, this was an hour ago in the comments. I got to get caught up here. Yeah, look here. I doubt US Cellular will sell anytime. Yeah, they're pretty much happy with being a regional carrier, but you know, you never know. Money might talk. If Dish throws cash in front of their face, you know, you never know.
Mint Mobile's
they have license apparently in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah, for
when 5G is completed nationwide, 6G will be the early. Oh yeah, I don't even want to even say the word 6G
yet. Let's not talk about 6G.
We can't even get 5G damn right, and people want to talk about 6G. Forget about it.
My brain hurts.
Bro, Verizon has almost no native coverage in Verizon. That's true. T-Mobile and 71 was overstated. I think 41 map is more reasonable. Well, yeah, 71 is definitely overstated, but
yeah,
41's a little bit more accurate. I do agree with that. Yeah, AT&T's mid-band maps are accurate. LTE 5G is a standard blanket that isn't true. Yep. This dude has no idea what West Virginia coverage looked like after FirstNet. After FirstNet, what? West Virginia? FirstNet. Okay, let's look. West Virginia. Okay, here we go.
They're talking about you were talking about the dead zones with West Virginia with the cell booster.
Yeah.
And then after the
there's actually some. There's a lot of they're doing a lot of N5 with the LTE. So I bet this is actually performing very well. All these areas with the N5 and LTE blended together actually is probably working pretty good. I mean, the deep rural areas are still kind of hurting, and they're starting to do N77 over by Morgantown, so they're starting to deploy there. But I mean, you got some areas too that still has no service at all. But yeah, I mean, FirstNet is probably doing a very big help there. Yeah, see, the Charleston's pretty good. So all the major interstates and major cities and the smaller cities has got pretty much coverage. It's the rural area still getting a little bit. It needs a little bit of help, you know, like up here. Look at this area up here. There's this whole, even these hilltops. It says there's service there. There's not. There's no service in these areas. There's none. If you have a cell phone booster on those hilltops, yeah, you're gonna have service. Yeah. But yeah, FirstNet is making a big difference. Even in Ohio, where Chase lives up in Ohio, like this tower, this is a brand new tower right here in Adamsville. Look at this. It's on the map already. This is a brand new tower they just put up here in Adamsville. There's another tower being built up here and another rural part right here. In Plainfield, there's a brand new tower going up right here on this hilltop right here. So it's going to cover this gap. And then there's rumors that there's another tower going to be built over here in Otsego. And there's a new tower over here that has Verizon and AT&T right here. So AT&T and Verizon are expanding in the rural areas. They're adding new sites. They're building towers and they're putting stuff on there stuff. So it's getting better.
I've noticed my signal when I'm on 5G ultra wideband in the backyard. Now that they optimized it, I used to only have 2 bars.
Hello,
constant.
GoldViz for gaming.
I've only had a constant 2 bars. Now I see all the time 3, sometimes full service on the iPhone. Now at my house with 5G.
My friend has T-Mobile and she complains that she lost service when she got off I-10 in West Texas. Yep, that's going to happen.
Oops.
Because T-Mobile only puts the antennas. They have 2 sectors on the interstate tower sites. So they got 1 sector pointing down the interstate and 1 sector pointing the other way down the interstate. So there's none pointing north of the interstate or south. And if there's no towers north or south, yeah, as soon as you leave the interstate, that happens a lot across America. And you can blame that unless Sprint did that too. Sprint had interstates covered with just two sectors pointing up and down the interstate. The whole purpose of that site was interstate coverage. It wasn't for the people getting off the interstate.
Oh, that was
Crazy.
Notorious for sure.
Yes. And now that they're decomming those sites, well, it's going to get worse. Verizon says, Verizon forgot to turn off my free trial line. Ooh, they forgot. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah. Also, too, let us know how you're doing. I know while we was in Grand Canyon, you said you was in the hospital. Just let us know if you want to. You don't have to, but let us know how you're doing. We've been praying for you the whole time and everything. Just hoping that you're okay, buddy. Randy says the FCC maps need to be updated. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the FCC map hasn't been updated in a year. It needs to be updated so we can see all the new sites and towers and stuff. So FCC, get off your rump and do your job, man. Do your job. You're being paid to do this. The FCC maps need to be updated for sure. Boost Infinite is not really beta. It's just a clone of Boost Prepaid that offers the exact same plan with the exception of international calling. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah. What pings and speeds are you getting in Infinite by Dish? Root metrics is SUS IDC. Whatever that is. I don't know what does that mean? I don't know what SUS is. Some of these abbreviations I don't know. I think IDC is I don't care. Is that right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what SUS is.
It's sus, like sus, like suspect.
No, you ask any teenager, all these abbreviations, they all know them because all these teenagers and young kids and stuff, they know all this stuff because they don't like typing all the words out. So they come up with their little abbreviations so they don't have to type so much.
Can you imagine people like abbreviating their kids' names, like just name them like an abbreviation? Like, wouldn't that be messed up?
Yeah, that's right. Instead of calling me RICK, you just say RI.
What's your name? RFK.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of yeah.
Rick.
Well, RFK stands for Ricky Florida Keys. That's what my first channel name was. So instead of having that big long name, we condensed it down. So yep. When was the last time Los was part of your live stream? Carlos was on before I came to CES. He was on here one night. But Carlos has been very, very busy. I don't know if you guys know or not, but Carlos, he's working at Dish and doing stuff with there. I mean, he's doing he's got 3 businesses. I mean, the guy is busy. I don't know how he gets all that stuff done in 12 hours a day. All that stuff he has to do, he does it in 12 hours. Plus, he makes time to speed test for you guys. He makes time to test the networks and stuff. He does live streams. He plays the slots. He does all this stuff. You guys have no idea how busy he is and what he gets accomplished in a day. You guys have no idea. I've known Carlos for a while now. I've been to CES 2 times, and the guy is busy. Busy. So, so if you see him on my live stream, be very, very happy because he's taking time out to be here, because he's a busy guy. So
I know.
And then, of course, you still got Greg, and you got Greg and Wes. That's why Wes ain't here on the live stream, because Wes and Greg are both still in Vegas. So, and Carlos, they was out to eat doing something. So that's why they're not on here. So they're kind of busy. So most of us all came back. Josh is back. I'm back. Caesar was there. He's back home already. Let's see, who else was it? Oh, Pete's back home. And then, we can't forget about Doxus. He's home.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's all I got to say about that. And then let's say S22 feels like a chintzy little Apple iPhone to me. My E32 is perfect. Yeah, do not get the S22. Do not get the S22. If you're going to get a phone, get a A32 or A50. Let's go to Phone Scoop. Let me show you some phones that's pretty equal, a lot better. I mean, let's go to Samsung. Okay, phones. Let's go to phones. Let's go to Samsung. Here, let's show you some phones here. That's better than a 22. Okay, so here's the 22. Wait, that's all the phones there is? There's got to be more. They didn't launch any more phones than that? The 23? Wasn't there another phone like a 53 or something like that? It's a pretty good phone. Oh, 52. Yeah, 52 is a good phone. I think the 42. Let's look at the 52. Look, 6.5-inch screen, HD plus, not just HD, HD plus, 405 pixels per inch. That's pretty good. 120 hertz refresh. That's good. It's got the 750G. It's got 6 gigs RAM, 128 storage. I mean, that's not very much storage, but 64 megapixel camera. It does 4K video. It has 32 megapixel on the front camera. The bands, it's got all the bands like the S22 has. It has the 2, 5, 12, 25, 41, 66, 71, 77. It doesn't have the new 77, the 3.4. I don't have that. But it's got it's got stuff. It's IPX7 rated for water. It's got Bluetooth 5.0, which is older technology, but still works good. It doesn't have the new Wi-Fi as the best technology. It's got AC, which is Wi-Fi 5. That's all it's got. It's got dual SIM. It's got a memory card slot, headphone jack. Most people love that. It's got 25-watt charging. I mean,
you just rolled a bar.
I don't know what this phone costs right now, but it's discontinued for most carriers. But AT&T still sells it. So this is, I mean, the A52 5G is not a bad phone. I think it's pretty equal to a 22, and it's going to be cheaper for you. So
I would have to say it's around $500.
Yeah, so that's cheaper than a 22. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say around.
New releases. Yeah, so we haven't had no new releases in a while. We got to never get a blue phone. Never get a blue phone. Never get a Nokia phone. Never get a Techno phone. Whatever that is. I don't even know what a Techno phone is. Don't get a TCL. Don't get that. If you're going to go with a phone nowadays, stay with OnePlus, which is the only China phone that I would recommend anybody to get because it's more compatible to U.S. carriers. So if you don't have a lot of money, you want to get a phone, get that. Or get an iPhone or get a Samsung. That's it. Forget about all the rest of the phones. So they're a waste of time. This blue phone from China is just straight up garbage. Motorola is straight up garbage.
Ouch. Ouch.
Hot pepper phone, straight up garbage.
Oh,
This Boost Solaro 5G Plus, garbage. ZTE, garbage.
That's also garbage. What about
Garbage,
Pixel phone?
garbage. There's so much garbage in the world. I know. Man, Ricky, why are you so negative? You're going to get struck by lightning with all that negativity. I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, and you're at the southern end of lightning capital.
Oh, yeah. Them thunderstorms we had like last month. We had a lightning strike actually hit their Bass Pro Shops. It hit the bait shop there, knocked the phone system out. It fried the phones. Yeah, we had a direct lightning strike right there. And I just left for work. I got off at 6 a.m. I went home. The lightning strike hit at 6:30. Everybody was in there getting out of the rain, and it hit. It was a flash boom, and it was so bright and so loud. It actually hurt their ears. It was so crazy. Yep.
We had a thunderstorm last Friday.
Yeah, it's crazy. When I was in Vegas, we actually had lightning and thunder in Vegas. It's crazy. So all the places that normally don't have thunderstorms in the wintertime is having thunderstorms. It's crazy. Well, we are in La Nina, so that's going to be okay. Now, next year, we're supposed to be in El Nino, which means all the low pressures are going to go to the north, and we're going to be in the hot air. So the southern states next winter is going to be hotter than normal. So you're going to have hot, humid, steamy weather next winter. Allegedly, of course. Yeah.
Allegedly, yeah. Considering Christmas Day was a high of Christmas Eve was a high of.
Well, you got to remember that's in La Nina, and we had a polar vortex, so that's typical, no problem. But La Nina or El Nino, you don't get no polar vortexes on
El Nino. El Nino is supposed to start. We're supposed to start transitioning into it next month, which means summer's going to be a hot one.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very hot summer this year, so yeah, for sure.
I'm not looking forward to that.
All right, so let's get caught up in the chat here. Oh my God, we've been live 2 hours and 13 minutes. And I ain't even caught up in the chat yet. I thought Verizon was in the process of switching over to standalone. Well, they're testing it, but they're not going to be able to go live with it until they get the voice over NR fixed. They're having trouble with that. That's been the thorn in the carriers right now is voice over NR. And of course, Skunky's saying, "Oh, we got voice over NR and it works perfect." Yep, liar, liar, pants on fire. Where's this stupid S22 phone can go in under to change to LTE?
I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll let you, but let's see. I don't think you can do star. You could try it and see, just do star pound 73 pound, but I don't think it's going to work. I think you have to have the phone service mode opened up like I did with my S22, which there's a way to do that. You got to download a file to your computer, and then you got to go into the developer mode in your phone and activate something in there. And then you got to turn another thing on, and then you connect your phone to your computer, and then you update this little file into the phone, and then it turns on the service mode. So you can look at this. I can look at the service mode on Verizon with this, and I can go to pound star 73 pound, whatever it is. I can go in here and I can turn off N77, which I did. Right now, this phone N77 is turned off on AT&T. I turned it off because N77 dual connectivity is fudging everything up. I'd rather have 50 megahertz of LTE and 15 megahertz of fake 5G N5. It performs much better than taking N77 and injecting in there and knocking out my N5 and using N77 edge cell from 7 miles away, and it just skunks up my speed test. Go on Twitter and look. I have a speed test side by side. I have the N77 turned on and I have the N77 turned on. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in the speed test. And you tell me that if I'm right or wrong. I mean, you could clearly see it in the speed test. Yeah, check it out. Did someone just blow a subwoofer? Blow a subwoofer?
What?
I don't know. Did somebody blow a fart? Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I didn't fart. Did somebody? Did somebody fart?
I'm confused.
I didn't fart.
Oh snap!
I don't know what that
T-Mobile
was.
skunk apes are getting.
Yeah, maybe it's the skunk apes.
Oh,
man.
you're reading the chat when my cat was purring. When the cat.
Oh yeah, I am kind of.
Hey, you mosquito, get out of here! It's not time for you to be around.
Oh, great. What are these pulsing targets in the red and pink map in the background? What? Pulsing targets on the red and pink map in the background. Red and pink maps. Well, the only red and pink maps I have is the.
He means the Verizon. He means the Verizon map.
Verizon map?
Yes.
You mean all these little circles? Is this what he's talking about? These little circles are pulsing? Is that what he's talking about? That just means there's millimeter wave there.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're talking about. That means there's millimeter wave. My mouse is acting up. Bad mousy. Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about. These little pulsating things. Look at this. So when you zoom out, look at this. So that's all LTE. Now watch when you zoom in just a little bit. Watch. It's kind of weird how this does this. Watch. Look at transitions. Look, see. So you got the fake 5G, and then you got the N77, and then when you go out just a little bit, look what happens. The dark.
I don't know.
Oh,
if
it
you
didn't
were
do it.
looking-
It didn't do it that time.
Did you look at Florida? They update the map.
Oh yeah, they updated the map everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of updates. Yeah.
They push the
Yeah, even the Keys they updated. There's another site turned on in the Keys. This one here's turned on now.
They pushed the East Florida down there from Miami up. It's not lying anymore. It's not all blown out of proportion.
Yeah, I see they did that. Yeah. Yep. Even over here where the hurricane hit, look what they're doing.
I was on Fort Myers Beach. Guess what's there?
And 77.
In 77, 100
right there.
megahertz.
Yep.
In 2.
Is it carrier aggregating the N2 and 77 together?
Oh, yes.
Oh, so they did do that.
It's doing 190 down by 65 up.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's because a lot of people are using the Verizon stuff for deployment for having internet down there. It's getting slammed. It's getting
wow,
slammed
100 megahertz is congested already? That's because probably Comcast is down and fiber's down, so they're all using that. Okay, okay.
It's not congested in the way that you would think, Ricky. It's congested with the fact that the speed is being used up, but the latency was down by 20 milliseconds. It was 20 milliseconds. Okay. The loaded downlink ping was like 100, and I'll send you the results in a Twitter DM. I have all the stuff on the phone.
Yeah, look at these isolated places in rural areas where they're popping up in 77. Look at this. Look at these. They're popping up everywhere.
Look at
it used to be just these couple over here. It's crazy.
I-4 is almost covered from Tampa to.
And even in Chase's area, there's I saw a couple random. Look there. These are little random N77 towers popping up in rural areas. Look at that. In the middle of nowhere, almost. Look, they're getting upgrades. Isn't that crazy? Look, this one right here. Look over here. This one here.
Things are magically
look, one right here.
Improved.
Yep. And look over here. It's crazy.
Things are magically getting
and see this one here is down here in Noble County, which is a very rural area, and they just upgraded it. So here pretty soon, Chase is going to have a couple N77 towers turned on over here. So over in his area. And I see they just turned on N5 over there by his house over here. Yeah. So there's N5 there. And of course, he goes up here to Coshawkton all the time. There's N5 up here. So pretty soon, they're really, oh, look at Dayton. Holy crap. Wow. There was almost no N77 up here just a few months ago. Look, this whole thing's getting filled out. And when I go to the radio convention too, which is the amateur radio hamvention it's called, we're going to Xenia. Me and Chase is going to Xenia. I think Xenia's right here. No, that's Cedarville. Where's Xenia at? Oh, yeah. Oh, there's Yellow Springs. Xenia's over here. Yeah, here's Xenia. All right, so here's Xenia. They got N77 turned on in Xenia. So right here is where the convention's going to be. Right here at the Greene County Fairgrounds. This is where Dayton Hamvention is right here. So look, when I go up here in May, I'm going to have N77 turned on. Look at that. Yeah, so I get to see some N77 up there. Whew. Looking at the red too long, it just screws up your eyes. That's crazy. Oh, there's where the transit. Look, see how the transit. Look, it's like half and half. It's not dark. Look, I go one more in. Look, it goes dark. Isn't that weird how it does that? Look at that. Boop, boop, boop. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, a lot of rural areas getting it. All right, let's see. Let me get the copying this calm trash. Yeah, for sure. I wrote a letter regarding all my issues with Genesis Booz, Eric, the CEO. He's personally read my email. I had some personal contact with Sunday morning before the holiday. Okay, good. At least they're doing something for you there, buddy. How much is the Ultra S22, and what about the normal S23? Well, they should be the same price. Actually, I think the prices are going. The 23 and the 22 is going to be almost the same price this year when it comes out.
Also, Ricky,
from the rumors I saw,
there's a small town to my south. I won't point it out on stream because you know, I don't need things happening to me like certain things that have happened to Carlos. But,
gotcha.
There's a town nearby me that actually has N77 from Verizon, but Verizon missed that place. But it's elsewhere.
Oh, okay. Does anyone know if the earbuds that you get for free from Genesis any good? I don't know. I didn't even know they had any. Do you know who makes them? If you know who makes them, we can look it up for you here and just kind of do a review on them. Hello, Josh. How you doing, buddy? It was a fun time in Vegas, man. That was really awesome there. Good to meet you in person. Don't get the A23 and the S23 confused. That's true. It's not lies. It's for helping people that don't understand MVNOs. Does anyone recommend one more earbuds? Me personally, I don't like earbuds. I like my Shocks headset. Well, not this one, but the other one I got. This is the AfterShokz or the Open Run Pro, which I don't like this because the noise canceling is not as good. If you watch my CES live stream, you noticed that when I was on Streamlabs, when I was actually live, I actually took the boom mic and I counted to 10 and I put the boom mic up and it's like, oh, where did Ricky go? I can't hear him anymore. And then I put the boom mic down, then you can hear me again. That's how well that noise canceling, and that was really loud in the background. There's music playing, all that. And the OpenCom was actually able to filter most of the noise out, which is amazing. So I still think the Shokz OpenCom Pro is the best Bluetooth headset for, talking on the phone and live streaming and all that stuff. It's best. And nothing goes in your ear. So right now I can put them. So it's bone conductive. It goes next to your ear. Sounds really good. My understanding is wireless carriers can deploy starting January 1st. Since airplanes without certified autonomy can. Yeah, this whole FAA thing just really makes me angry. Hello there, Yellow Blood Silver Fox. Interesting name. Yo, how y'all doing? We're doing great. Format it. AT&T's trash in New York, Long Island area. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, AT&T is trash in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, but AT&T works the best in the Keys, and it works in the best in Vegas. So that just shows you with the carriers. Each carrier is very regional specific on whether they're performing good or performing bad. So for someone to say Verizon is best in the whole country is false. Someone that says AT&T is best in the whole country is false. Someone to say T-Mobile is the best in the country is false. All those are false. You have to go to the specific area and then see how it's deployed, how it's performing, how the market share is, how congested it is, and all that kind of stuff. The terrain has a lot to do with it. If you're in flatland, it's going to perform differently when you're in the hills. If you don't have it densified good enough in the hills, it's not going to work indoors. But if you're in an urban area, it's going to work good because it's densified, if it's densified. And if you're in rural areas, everything's spaced out. Yeah, when you're outside, it's going to work good. So there's so many factors with wireless tech. So many factors out there. So hope that helps everybody. Yeah, I took the subscriber mode off only, and I see some new people in here. So good to see you guys. AT&T is really slow in Houston. Happy overall if 5G UC DUW, otherwise no opinion. AT&T has bad tower density in Cypress, Texas, and the coverage map claims they have 5G plus. So another liar, pants on fire for AT&T in Texas. So that's crazy.
Yeah, Ricky, I'm gonna get going, man. I gotta.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that. It's like I was looking at the time. It's like, yeah, it's your Cole's bedtime.
Yeah. All right, bro. Have a good one.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for coming on the show tonight, and we'll see you next week. We're going to talk about MOS, which means mean opinion score, and it means how you evaluate the networks next week. So how they test the voice over IP quality and all this stuff. So we're going to bring that to you next week. So the topic's going to be MOS, not speed test, is the topic. So that's what we're going to do next week. It's going to be pretty cool. I'll do some deep dive, and I'm going to bring you guys some very interesting stuff and show you how speed testing is not the best way to know how the network's performing. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Thank you for finally saying that.
Yeah. Sell your SAT service is nothing but a gimmick, and the market for the service most likely a SAT phone. Well, I don't think it's a gimmick. I think the new SAT stuff coming is really good because there's so many places in this country that, you're talking half the country has no cell phone towers. So if you wander in them areas, like you go into West Virginia, okay, you break down in the middle of nowheres and there's no cars driving by there because everybody's sleeping. So there may be 3 hours, no cars are going to drive by, and you're by yourself out there and your car broke down. You need help, right? Wouldn't it be nice to take your phone out, walk into a clearing between the trees, point your phone up, hit one of them sides, send a text message to somebody and say, hey, I'm broke down. Here's my GPS location. Come help me. Wouldn't that be great?
It's cool.
I think it'd be great.
It's cool that the satellites actually update with Find My for the iPhones.
Oh, yeah.
That blew me away.
Yep. Let's see. People who are already off the beaten path most likely have a sat phone. Well, not always. You got to remember, sat phones are expensive. It's almost $1,000 to buy a sat phone. And then they want to charge you all this money, you know, for unlimited. You have to, for unlimited service is something like $80 a month. So you can get a sat phone for $80 a month, unlimited service, and the phone is going to cost you $1,000. And then you have to have a contract. So like a 2-year contract. So it can be very expensive. And a sat phone don't always work the best. The phone calls on sat phones are not that good. You know, there's a chance, one little dropout, because it's using millimeter wave and the side's moving up there. I mean, you get in the wrong spot, you're going to get a drop call. So I had Global Star when I was in West Virginia back in 2014, and it was horrible. You couldn't hardly even make a phone call. It wasn't even worth buying this stupid phone. Didn't like it at all. Now that was Global Star, and that was a geostationary satellite. That wasn't a satellite that like Iridian and what's the other one? Iridian.
They did make a lot of Ricky, since then they did make a lot of improvements on satellite calling. It does sound, it sounds almost as good as our calling on our carriers.
Yeah. I think I might do that for a future topic. What do you guys think about that? You think I should do a satellite phone live stream? Just talk nothing about all the satellite tech out there. Go over all the different options, the different satellite phone carriers. Talk about how the systems work and all the features and upgrades and this and that. You guys think that? Let me know in the comments if you think I should do that. So maybe we'll get a couple weeks. We'll do the MOS internet scoring thing. We'll do that next week, and then maybe the week after that we'll do satellite phones and stuff. Whoa! Skeeter just got zapped. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Zap!
I did.
I got one of them zappers in here, so if the Skeeter gets in here, he gets zapped.
Oh, but
I think we'll do that.
Our weather has been just something special.
Oh yeah, weather's been crazy this year. T-Mobile network has an outage. A few towers go out. Wasn't that one nationwide outage a few years ago when the tower took down the network for a few hours? Yeah, that's crazy that even happened. So, but AT&T goes down often for me, like at nighttime. I don't know if they're doing like a software update or just a hard system reset. But I'll be like talking to people on the phone because I work night shift. So 3 a.m, I'm sitting here talking on the phone. Boop, drop call.
Hey,
now look, I have no service for AT&T. So I go on my phone, I switch over to the Verizon SIM. I got service. So then I call the person back. Sorry, AT&T did a reset over halfway in the night.
And guess what?
Tom Thompson.
AT&T can do
what?
that. AT&T can do that because it's during work hours where they can work on the network.
Yeah. Because most people sleep at night, so that's when they do all their maintenance stuff. Yeah, I understand that. But for us night birds, you know, it sucks. But you know,
it's called maintenance hour. Which now that I do some internet networking stuff and do stuff around my compound, and some people are using it, I have to meet them regulations, unfortunately. So that means I can't work on a network in the middle of the day. I have to work on it at night, which is whatever. I don't mind. I just plan around my schedule and be like, okay, Friday night, I'll work on the network. Done.
For sure. Tom says ORAN, Open Radio Network. Yeah, that's what that means. Yes. When engineers on T-Mobile's network through the day kill service completely. Back in the middle of March last year, network was down for 10 OS. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And Mike says, thank you. You're welcome, buddy. SMT left his box open under RFK. What? Left his box open under well, I don't know what that means. Box open under, I don't know. Chad says, prayer to Michael and his mom, may God heal her and give her strength and comfort. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I am going on, guys. I need to get some rest. Early start. Okay, have a safe flight and trip and all that stuff. Praying for you, buddy. CES 2024. Yeah, says Alex. Hey, Alex, you coming to CES next year, maybe? Maybe, possibly? It'll be your first one, wouldn't it? I know he don't like airplanes, so that's going to be kind of challenging for you. You don't like airplanes. He wouldn't have liked my ride back from Vegas because we hit that cold front. It was in Austin, Texas on the way back. The turbulence was the worst I ever felt. I mean, I thought the plane was going to break apart in pieces. That's what it felt like. It was rumbling all over the place. It went up and down like 100 feet in like a second, and it was crazy. Yeah, one lady got sick too. I know the airline person come through there and with a barf bag and gave it to her, so she was barfing in the bag. Have a good evening, Mike. Hope everything gets better.
Like that.
Yeah. 81% says yes, they're happy.
But
let me look at the poll here.
But I can schedule my flight to make sure that I'm going to fly with no turbulence, because I get into that aeronautic stuff. Yeah, well, a lot of these pilots know where the turbulence is, because other pilots they have a network messaging board. When they see turbulence, they report it and say, okay, I was at this speed, this height, and I got turbulence. So then when the next plane comes over, it says, oh, okay, we'll try to go below it or go above it, whatever they can do to try to avoid it and stuff like that. So, all right, yeah, vote on the poll. We're going to close the poll out here. Are you happy to see SAT, SOS, and message services coming to the carriers? Yes or no? So far, it's looking pretty good. Everybody's happy for that tech. So, it's going to take a while for them to roll it out. AST Blue Walker 3 satellite's being tested right now. If you haven't got a chance to see it, make sure you go to that website too, the Heavens Above. Yeah, go to that Heavens Above site and go check it out and see when your next flyby is. You do your latitude and longitude, and it tells you when it's going to fly by. And you can go outside and you can actually see it fly over your head like the International Space Station. The only thing that I hope right now, as of now, the only thing that I want checked off my box this year is for me to have full N77 coverage. Oh, yeah, I did see that, Josh, yeah. That's the only thing I hope. AST is this. Let's see, do I still have it on my screen here? AST. I don't know if I still got it up here. There's Iridian. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is what AST is right here. It's AST Space Mobile. They actually launched this with SpaceX. They launched it. This is the satellite. This satellite is like 400 foot wide by 400 foot wide. On top has solar panels. On the bottom it has phased array antennas with beamforming that can beam band 2, band 5, all the LTE frequencies. It can beamform them to certain spots because a narrow beam goes to those little white spots is people that don't have cell phone coverage. There's no cell phone towers there, but this thing can send a signal down. The phone catches it, and then it can talk back and forth. And this won't interfere with the cell towers on the ground. So that's what it is. So the test satellite is called Blue Walker 3. And this is it, Blue Walker 3, space-based, low-latency broadband architecture. So it's flying around. This is the first one they're testing, okay? This is Blue Walker 3. If this test is successful, they're going to launch 100 more of these that's twice as big. Yes, twice as big. So it would be the size of a football field up there in the sky. 100 of these, the size of a football field, covering thousands and thousands of square miles of areas of the U.S. that doesn't have a cell phone signal. And over the ocean. You could be on a boat in the middle of the ocean and send text messaging back and forth. So this is pretty cool. And those are going to be called bluebirds. I hope they don't make the sky look ugly. That's all.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, the sky's already ugly.
Well, it depends on where you're at and what's the weather.
Hello, TJ. How you doing, buddy? Can't hear you guys because we are listening to a band at the Bow Riverage in Biloxi, Mississippi. Had SOS icon on my phone earlier. First time seeing that. Okay, wow, that's crazy. That's pretty cool. 2 hour live, RFK. Is it time to wrap it up? Oh, well, no, it's not time to wrap it up yet. No. We're 2.5 hours. We're probably going to go. It seems like every time I do a live stream, it's at least a minimum like 3 hours, and then we usually bug out, So, but I don't know. We usually have a lot of fun, have a lot of stuff to talk about. So, so if you guys are watching a replay, you can watch it in chunks. So that's what a lot of people do. When they watch my live streams and replays, they'll watch a 30-minute chunk and they'll go do something else. And they'll come back later and watch another 30 minutes and then watch another 30 minutes until they see the whole thing. And then, like, if you guys come in here in the middle of the live stream, like you missed the first hour, then most of the time you just go back later, watch the replay for the first hour to see what you missed and stuff. That's what most people, that's what I do SMT's live stream when he's live. If I'm at work and I can't catch him at the beginning, because sometimes at work is really busy for me and I can't tune in on YouTube because I'm just so busy. But then once it quiets down, then I'll just go back and watch stuff. So, but I want to thank everybody for watching the live stream, watching the replay, and all the donations I got. And if you can't donate, then just watch. You know, like, share, and watch, and that helps me make more money. The 21st, here in a few days, I got another check coming from YouTube. It's like $123. So it's coming from your watch time, the donations, and my members. If you haven't become a member yet and you want to, you know, help out, you can become a member. Only got a couple members right now, but I know the economy's bad. A lot of people don't have a lot of money. You're living paycheck to paycheck. I understand you guys can't donate as much as you would love to, but all you got to do is just watch my past live streams. I did a whole live stream on AST Blue Walker 3. I did one on massive MIMO. I did one on GigaMIMO and Wi-Fi 7. There's lots and lots of past live streams that got good topics that you guys can watch. So pretty cool. I heard T-Mobile is all right in West Virginia right now. Yeah, well, the part of the reason why it's all right is because another company deployed the network. Another company, it was called, what was it called?
T-Mobile doesn't own their network.
The West Virginia network was another network. I can't even remember what it was called, but there's another company that deployed the network using the frequencies and all that. They were a partner with T-Mobile back then. So I can't remember who it was, but that's why they have good coverage, is because they built that system in the beginning and stuff. I don't even remember what the name of it is now. Chantel, that it is. It just came to me. Chantel was a partner with Sprint. So Chantel and Sprint was a partner. So instead of Sprint building out, Chantel built it out, and they were partners. And then when T-Mobile bought them, they inherited all that stuff that was built out already. And then the engineers went back and then added more frequencies to the Chantel system to make it even better. They added the N71 and the N41 and all the other stuff, making it better. Which you guys are probably going to yell at me because let's see. Do I even have a T-Mobile map up here? I should have a T-Mobile map up here. I don't know where it went. I thought, well, I have this map. This map kind of shows you the coverage. Yeah, this shows you 71 and 41 is the two most important bands. So this kind of shows you that. So if you go, oh, look, they got 41 over here. Look at this.
Oh,
I didn't know they had 41 over.
You should use T-Mobile's map on their website. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is more realistic, though. The T-Mobile map is actually lies. This is more realistic.
Yeah.
This shows you a lot more true coverage and stuff.
Speaking of service, see if Verizon's doing what. No,
I don't even have the T-Mobile map up here.
Yep, Verizon has 2 bars and T-Mobile has 1 right now.
But look at West Virginia. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, along the interstates, Clarksburg, Morgantown's pretty good. There's a N41 out there. Well, let's see if there's more. Oh, there's updates here. Let me change this. This was December 4th. There's updates to the map. Okay, here. Let me do the. Oh, this goes to January 14th. This shows the updates. So here you go. This is January 4th. I forgot to check that on here. So this is January 14th. This shows you the updates of the map. So this is a little bit more current. I mean, there's still a lot of Swiss cheese going on there, but yeah, I mean, it works. You got service out there, so. I can tell you one thing. When we went to the Grand Canyon, the only company that worked was Verizon. Because you got out here. This is Grand Canyon out here.
I'm just surprised.
There was no skunky out here.
I'm surprised.
This is where we was.
I'm surprised that the iPhone had better signal than Galaxy.
Yep.
I'm shocked, actually.
This is where we did the Grand Canyon live stream. We went here. This is where we was at. This is where we was at first, right here at the Eagle Point. This is where we was live streaming first. And then we got on the bus, and then the bus took us on up here to Guano Point. And this is where we was at the second time we live streamed. So we was here. We went over. We didn't go over here to the point, but we was up here. So if you missed that live stream, got to watch it. It was pretty impressive. Here, let me post it in here for you guys. Let's see. Let me find it here. Grand Canyon. Where's the Grand Canyon? Grand Canyon Live. I'm gonna post it in here so you guys can watch later. It's on my channel. You can find it, of course. But I'll post it in here so you guys can get it. It was pretty crazy. I can't
And
believe it. Thanks. A shout out to Wes too. Wes made it happen. He had 3 Verizon hotspots, and he had this Pi-Star thing box that all 3 data streams went into, and it used the Speedify thing, bonded them together, and put out a 1440 2K live stream that was amazing, with only like 5 or 6 10 megabits per second upload speed from Verizon, 8.5 miles away. It was really crazy. And here's where the tower was. So I'll show you. We was up here and the tower was down here. Here, let me go to Cell Mapper. I just show you on Cell Mapper. It's easier. Oh yeah, we did some cell here. When we was out there at Grand Canyon, we actually look at the cell mapping we did on Cell Mapper. Look, yeah, look, we mapped this. This is us. I don't know who else had it on, but I had it on here. See these points we had. So here's what Cell Mapper picked up at Grand Canyon. Okay, now look, here's where the tower is. Let me zoom out. Here's where the tower is. No, that's not the tower. That's not even a tower. Bye bye. See ya. It's not even a tower. Look where the tower was. Look where the tower. Here's where the tower was. See it? We were up here, Grand Canyon. Look, band 1366 on this tower. That's it. And
That's
look how
where my speed
What?
island is. Where my speed island is, where there's 2 N77 all new 5G upgrades to the west and to the east. That's band 66 and 13 only.
Mm-hmm. But look at this, isn't it crazy? Look how it streamed there, or the Cell Mapper. I mean, it wasn't too bad actually. There's a really strong point here, because that's a little higher up than it is over here. But yeah, we actually walked the Skywalk. We actually paid the $65. 65 included the bus ride, the Skywalk, and all that stuff. So we did that, and we went up here to the restaurant too. We actually ate some snacks at the restaurant. So, but yeah, Grand Canyon trip was amazing, and we did this live stream. It was nuts. I can't believe this even worked. It's like crazy. And you can see, let me zoom out here. Here's the tower. Here's Verizon tower here. There's one over here. There's one up here. So there's 3 towers over here, but this one worked over here. Then we went down and looked at the property I wanted to buy. And look, we went up there. We mapped that. So we mapped that. That was pretty cool. And yeah, it was a good trip. Verizon did pretty good. It's kind of crazy. Good old Cell Mapper. Well, of course, I know you guys are saying, show us AT&T. Okay, I'll show you AT&T. I'm going to show you. AT&T. Where's AT&T? Here's AT&T. Okay, here's AT&T. Okay. Look, here's the Grand Canyon. No service. Remember what we said on the live stream? The closest was over here. This tower over here is the closest one. Too far away. It's like 18 miles away. And there's a mountains here between us, so it was blocking the signal. So that's what AT&T looks like in the area. Look, it's not very good. Just a few sites. That's it. There's one there, one over here, a couple over there. And then you look, oh, let's see Skunky. Okay, let's show you Skunky. Okay, let's show you Skunky. Actually, Skunky had a tower right over here, which was kind of shocking. They had it. It actually worked pretty good. When we went down through the canyon here, we lost it a little bit, but AT&T worked best down in this is a low spot here when you're driving over here. You got good signal. Then you drop down in the valley right here. And then you come back up the other side. And of course, then, here is where you lost T-Mobile. You lost them right here. That was the end of them. And then, of course, AT&T. AT&T did pretty good for there, but when we dropped down the valley, it didn't do very good down in the valley. It was like, gone. See you later. Yeah, so that's what we had. That's what I had to deal with. So, all right, let's get to this chat, and then we got 15 more minutes here. If you got any more questions, say your question now. Do the poll because we're going to end this live stream. I'm getting kind of hungry. I just got up. I had a phone call from the dealership, and they were saying, "Oh, we need your income verified on it." It's like, well, I already did that. I give you everything. I signed the papers. I drove away. Now you want me to give you the bank wants more information. It's like, you got the information. Give it to the bank. And then I had to put a battery in my truck today because it kept going dead last night. Because the battery was a wet battery in it, and you're supposed to have an AGM deep cycle battery in it. It's crazy. It didn't even have the proper battery. I mean, I'm so mad right now. So I was fighting with them. I had to hurry up and get my live stream going. So I haven't ate yet. So I want to eat some food. And then the other thing I got to do. Oh, I got some fresh wahoo fish over at the marina. The captain got some wahoo fish. He's got it in a cooler for me. So I got to go pick up that fish. I got 2 pounds of wahoo, which is worth $40. So for free from one of the boat captains. So thank you, Conan, for giving me the free fish here.
Nice.
The boat captains take good care of me there at the marina.
Well, you're doing.
AT&T has really good coverage in West Virginia. It's the best of all carriers. Okay, good. Sprint was the best in West Virginia before FirstNet. Now AT&T is good. T-Mobile over Verizon, as Verizon has lost the ability to remain reliable in your area. Okay, Brown and Round. What? Brown and Round? Oh, yeah. That definitely looks brown and round. Yep. Justin says, sus means suspicious. Oh, okay. Yeah. I figured Josh would do that one there too, because Josh he's one of the young new generation. Yeah, they use those. Yeah, IDC means I don't care. Yeah. And then what's SKD? What's SKD? Do you know what that is? Let's see if you know what that one is. Skunk-a-doodle-doo. SKD. Be skunk-a-doodle-doo. All right. Berkey says, laughing out loud. It's good to see you there. Tom, RFK. We're RFK. Josh, your son, come back. Yeah, you guys are crazy in my live stream. You say, who's that? Is Josh your son? Why you guys think Josh is my son? That's crazy. You guys are funny. You guys are so funny. Yes, I am totally Ricky's son. Oh my God. He says he's my son. Who's your daddy? RFK's my daddy. Oh God, you guys are crazy. 853 replaced the 52. Oh, okay, gotcha. I would also recommend Google Pixel. Oh yeah, I forgot. I left Google out. Wow, how did I leave Google out? Yeah, Google or Samsung or iPhone or OnePlus. That's all. Nothing else. So there you go. That's my recommendation.
Did you work last night, Ricky?
Yes, I did.
Did you look at any temperature maps and notice that the panhandle of Florida was 72, but then in the peninsula, the further south you went, the colder it got?
Yeah, our water temperature really went down. All the fish are hiding, like all the big tarpons in the marina. They all went to deep water. They're all gone. The tourist was there with fish, and they bought some fish and they brought it there to feed the tarpons. They go. This little kid was like crying. Where's the tarpons? The tarpons are not here. They were supposed to be here so I could feed them. This little girl was like crying. She was like, the tarpon are not here. It's like, oh my God, it's crazy. The tarpon, yeah. When it gets cold like this, they take off, man. The fish, they go to deep water.
Up there in Georgia, it's really warm right now. It's in the 60s. Meanwhile, it's in the 50s.
Yeah.
Like the further south they go, like where Mobile Master Tech is, it's 50.
Oh, okay. Jason says, I've been seeing Pixel 6a phones in the mid 250 renewed refurbished on Amazon. Yeah. Just be careful buying stuff on Amazon. Some of them people that's refurbishing the phones and sending them out, they also sometimes lying. They say it's a USA version and it's an international version. If they send you an international version, you can't use it in USA. It's only going to have half the bands on it. So make sure if you buy anything off Amazon, make sure it's a USA version, and also make sure that the firmware wasn't flashed, because I think Chase bought a used phone off there and it wasn't flashed with the OEM Samsung software. I think he bought I forget what phone he bought. He bought a used phone, and when he got it, come to find out, it didn't have the right firmware. It was when they refurbished it, they put a bootleg version of the firmware on it. It wouldn't work with the carriers, and he was having all kinds of problems. So be very careful buying stuff like that.
It's gonna rain for 4 days next
Tesla
week.
Cokehead Watts. Oh my God! I recommend cowboy boots. I have LED lights that are a must-have. Well, that is amazing.
It's gonna rain.
Pixel 6 phone 2 isn't badly priced, but Pixels do tend to have hardware issues. I hear online. My 4XL had a battery, one router, but yeah. Yeah, I don't recommend getting the older OnePluses. I would stick to the most recent ones. Same with the Pixels. I would stay with the most recent. I wouldn't go too far back. because it was only just recently they actually did good with them. If that's a Dish S22, good luck. Yes. See, Josh knows. He's a Dish tester. RFK, I want to change the network from 5G LTE just to LTE. So I don't know if you can do that. You can try to go into settings, hit connections, and then go, no, he's on Dish, and then go to mobile networks and then see what's on there. Now on my S22 Ultra, it doesn't give me I'm on AT&T right now, I think, or Verizon. I can't remember which one I'm actually on right now, but it doesn't give me a chance to change it. So that's what I don't like, is they don't want you messing with that stuff, which I think is crazy. I want to have control over my phone. That's why I did that Verizon hack.
The iPhone, you can do 5G on, 5G auto, or LTE, and then when you put it on LTE, it forces it all on LTE. So apparently, according to Mobile Master Tech, that's the only phone that will stick and stay on LTE. The iPhone. Yep.
Well, I can control it in my S23 Ultra with that hack, with that service mode hack. I can go to pound star 73. Yeah, I can go on the 7.3 menu on mine, and I can select what bands my phone picks. I can pick LTE only. I can pick 5G. I can pick the individual bands that it connect to. So if I don't want to connect to N77 on AT&T, I turn it off. Like right now, N77's off because it's 7 miles away. It has no effect, no good performance for me 7 miles away. So why should I let it even connect to the phone, knock out my N5? And just fudge up my whole thing.
If I'm down,
because what it's doing, it's going from N5, then it goes to N77, goes to N5, goes to N77, back and forth. It's using extra battery life and all that. It's eating up my battery trying to switch back and forth. Now, once they have N5 and N77 carrier aggregated together on non-standalone, if they take the 50 megahertz of LTE, 15 of N5, and 40 of N77, and it can carry aggregate all that shit together, then it will work okay. It'll work all right. But until AT&T upgrades their network enough where we can have carrier aggregation on standalone, then it's going to work good. And that's why T-Mobile actually made standalone, their fake standalone. They made that on purpose. That was their way of getting around the non-standalone, not letting you connect multiple NRs together. That was the way they cheated the system. So they made it so that it does. The tower tells the phone, I want you to only connect to N41 and only N71. That's how it does it. And then by doing that, it can carrier aggregate them together. But it's still not working perfect. Yay. It's still messed up. It's not working good. It needs work. So even T-Mobile is trying to find a way to carry aggregate NR before the tech. That's the thing. The standard's out there, but the hardware is not out there yet. So there's a lot of hardware updates on the system that needs to be done before the carriers can actually do 5G the right way, the most efficient way. So right now, 5G is fake right now, in my opinion. So, well, it's more than my opinion. It's factual. I showed you guys facts.
I'd be curious if I go down there to the Keys and be at the marina and watch the iPhone not want to pick up that N77.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's going to pick it up good. It may be able to hold it better. It may be able to hold the N77 the whole time. But the thing is, it's going to knock out N5. So your performance is going to tank.
What I'm saying is, even though, Ricky, I'm closer to I'm near a 5G tower, and it's like 2 miles away, and the other LTE only tower is 2 miles away to my west. The LTE will overpower the 5G. The iPhone will cling onto my serving site that serves the front side of my house. It'll still hold that even in the backyard. I have to force airplane mode for it to research for a tower before the iPhone will literally want to actually pick up the 5G. It's very simple about it.
Is that what you're talking about, TomTom? I think that's what he's talking about. The pulsing target was the millimeter wave sites. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
man, I'm way behind in the chat. Look at this. If you buy a phone, how long do y'all hang on to yours? Well, me, I switch out my phone every year. So with me, I had the S21 Ultra, I traded in, got the S22 Ultra, and now next month I'm trading in my S22 Ultra. I'm trading in for the S23 Ultra. And then I'm going to go buy, and if in a few months, I'm going to buy an iPhone 14 Pro Max. And I'm going to run that. I'm going to run that. My 23 Ultra will be my main phone. The iPhone 14 Pro Max, I'm probably going to set it up for live streaming, put it on Prism, and then do some live streaming. So now that I got a gimbal that I bought from Carlos, I'm going to probably do some more like I may just like go live in the middle of the night at work at the marina and just put the phone on the gimbal and just walk around and just say hi, you guys. So I may do that. So the gimbal is pretty cool. I mean, what do you guys think about that? You think the gimbal really helps the live stream? Because, the first one I did, I was like holding it in my hand and it was like all over the place and stuff like that. So, all right, we're going to close this poll here. Are you happy to see SAT SOS message services coming to carriers? 36 votes. Hurry up and click the vote if you want to vote. Click it now. Hurry up and vote because I'm going to cancel this out. We're at 2 hours and 58 minutes. We're going to close this stream here in just a few minutes. I'm going to catch up in the chat. And then we're going to call it a successful weekly live stream. Yeah. There's 37 votes. Any more votes? Place your bets. Like when I was playing roulette in Las Vegas. I actually did pretty good. I played for hours and hours and hours. I was picking the numbers and they thought I was cheating. I had my Shocks headset on. They made me take my headset off. Say, hey, sir, you got to take that headset off. I was like, why? If you're going to play at this table, you got to take that headset off. They thought I was cheating. I was calling the numbers out. I said 21's next. It hit 21. 00's next. It hit 20. It hit it. Or I'd say, oh, okay, it's going to be black next round. So everybody played black and it hit. Oh, now it's going to be red. So everybody started playing red. Yeah, they thought I was cheating. They paid out thousands and thousands. That one guy walked away with like $10,000. He was betting big. He walked away with $10,000 from the table. So I walked away with $60 after starting with 20 and played for like hours and hours and hours. Yeah, I had a blast in Vegas. It was a lot of fun. All right, there we're going to cancel this vote or this poll out here. There we go. 83% says yes. 16% says no. So I guess the 16% of you probably never leave the urban area where there's towers. So you don't feel you need it. That's probably what it is.
Or I'll say something controversial. They don't live near where I live.
Well, yes, that's what I'm saying. They live in an urban area where they get towers everywhere, so they don't need stuff.
They live in Miami.
Yeah, or any big city. Yeah.
Seriously.
Jason says, like year-wise and why? They put new stuff in my area. Oh, nice. They did. In PA, you got new stuff? Oh, nice. You got to fly that drone. Yeah, we need some more drone videos, buddy. Yeah, I got to get back to flying my drone. We got some nice weather coming up pretty soon. I'm gonna fly my drone too again here. I got a couple more towers I want to hit. How much of Dayton is actual coverage versus phantom non-existence coverage? Yeah, well, the maps are not 100% accurate. So, yeah, so I mean, most of Dayton's covered, but there's certain parts here that says it is, but it's not really covered yet. Like downtown, where they got millimeter wave downtown, so you can see that on here. See the millimeter wave? Wait a minute, why isn't my millimeter wave working? What happened to the different color millimeter wave? I just noticed it. That's not working anymore. Oh, what happened? I just now noticed that is not working now. Remember when you used to go to millimeter wave? It was a different color. Oh, I gotta figure out what happened to that. Yeah, I gotta figure out what happened. Maybe you gotta do an update to that thing. Yeah, that's right. There's no millimeter wave. I thought there was something wrong. Oh, we gotta figure that out. All right. Was great in Vegas. Yes, Josh, we had a blast, man. Yeah, Caesar Gonzalez was there with us in the house. Yeah, we all had a great time. Wes was there. Yep, it was fun times. A face with a name. Josh is your son, the guy in the other stream. I said, yes. Yeah, you can see him there. Yeah. There is a new mapped Verizon N77 in Rockford, Illinois. Yeah, there's a lot of them. A lot of new places there. What's up? How you doing, Steve? My aunt got my mom Shocks Open Run Pro Mini for Christmas. Are those good? Nope. The Open Run Pro is not good. Now, the sound quality, that's what I have here. This is the Open Run Pro. The sound quality is good. This has got the newest bone connection technology and stuff. But as far as the microphone sucks. This picks up background noise. and it's not good. So if you're in a windy or noisy environment, this sucks. If you're in a quiet space, yeah, it works okay. If you're in a noisy or windy area, you need to OpenComm Pro is what you need. And I was at the Shocks booth at CS, and they said they are working on a OpenComm Pro version. I know I just said that. It's OpenComm. But there's an OpenComm Pro, which is an updated version that they're working on. They're hoping to have it out next year. So that's good to look forward to that. Yeah, thanks so much, Zero Cool, for coming in. Man, I'm really that's 22:41. Oh gosh, I'm like 40 minutes behind on this live chat here. Good night, Zero Cool. Yes, sounds good. I gotta go through these fast here. We gotta do this. I'm guessing software conversion changes will kill your phone. Yes, it can. SMT listed window will open around the white circle in the middle. I don't know. I wish Verizon would speed up suburban rollouts to the millimeter. Yep, it's coming. To the guy, Chad, previous comment, the iPhone 12 Max modem is garbage. We're switching to 13 made night and day. Yes. Yep, that's where you made your big change. Wasn't the 13 the first phone to come out with a Qualcomm modem?
No, it was the 12 that came back.
Oh, the 12. Oh, but it had the X55 modem.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, that's why.
It was.
Yeah, X55 modem's trash. It's way outdated right now. So.
Hi, Google
Yeah.
Chat. I heard that.
So, somewhat surprised that people don't like the phones that are getting Dateline connectivity coming. Oh. Still 34 in a live 6-hour live stream for the diet. Nope, not here.
I said hi earlier.
IDC, I drive crazy. That's the term for, yeah, in Miami, I drive crazy. Yeah, that's a good one. T-Mobile will never build out Nebraska. Probably not. Look, probably not. Ryan says, T-Mobile has a ton of new coverage showing in Nebraska. Okay. It's not cost effective for them to go into area that probably company lacks any customer. Yep, it's market share. That's exactly right. No market share, no return on investment. So that's why they don't want to do it. So unless they can put a service there and steal the customers, that's the only thing. If you don't have market share, if you deploy in that area, you have to be able to steal the customers from the other. So you have to do it right and do it good and at a good price to steal the other customers. It's the only way you can do it. Someone got 1.6 on Verizon. And so, yes, it's happening out there already, especially in the areas that's got 100 megahertz. Yep, there you go, 100 megahertz. Band 13, 10 megahertz. Band 66, 20. Band 210. Band 66, 10. That's pretty good. 10, that's 30, 40, 50. 50 megahertz. I bet that's pretty good. That skunky site by Grand Canyon got 300 plus millisecond ping. Yep, it was horrible.
Ouch.
I tested T-Mobile when they had 30 gigabit test drive and East Salem. The speeds were trash. I tried it when the network pass was up. Got around 100 down, 5 up. I was surprised how bit of change it was. Yep. Let's see. There's some Reddit stuff there. I don't know what that is, but A53 is under 350. On Samsung's site, 450. I am the one that can barely hear Alex. Am I the one that can barely hear Alex? Hear him? Well, he wasn't here in the live stream, but
No, the only one here is the one with the A name is Austin.
yeah, Alice. Yeah, Alex wasn't in this stream. No. So.
My
22
studio
from
is
Just
gonna be
came
going
completely
into-
discharged as error. It could be damaged. Well, I don't know if it would be damaged, but it's not good to have a battery down to zero. It's not. You should never let your battery get down below 20%. You should always charge it in. And, you can charge it up to 80. Some people say, well, if you charge up to 80%, it'll last longer and all that. But I had phones for many years, like 2 or 3 years, and I charged it. Whenever I wanted to charge it, I charged it. Don't worry about it. Charge your phone. The best thing you can do if you don't have a plug nearby, get you one of those battery packs, a 20,000 milliamp battery pack that has super fast charging in it with a cable on it. And no matter where you went, that's what I did when I was at CES. I'm walking around CES. I can't plug into the wall, but I had the battery pack in my back pocket. So I plugged it in and I would charge my phone as I'm walking around. So those battery packs are amazing. So, and if you get a new phone from Samsung, you can actually pick that $50 battery pack and get it for free from Samsung. That's how I got mine. I got mine for free. You can't beat the Samsung 20,000 milliamp battery pack with super fast charging in it. It's got USB-C, USB-A in it. You can't beat it. You always should have that, so that if you run out of power, you just plug her in.
It's just like I got the Anchor Power Core 5K and I magnetically connect it to my phone and just leave it when my phone's at 100%. If I'm going on a long road trip or if I'm at CES or whatever, I leave it connected to the back of the phone, keeps the phone at 100% until the pack dies, and then it falls back on the iPhone's battery.
True.
My battery health, because I live in Florida, is at 85%, but if I'm less than 80% before the 2 years is up on my phone, I get a free battery.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Otherwise,
that's the way to
it's
do
just $79.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Back at 100%.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So if USB-C does not come to the iPhone, I will just pay the set. If not, I get a free battery if my battery health drops. If we're getting a really hot summer, my battery health is probably going to be at 78, 79%.
Well, there you go.
If that's the case, then I'll get a free battery out of it. And if we don't get USB-C on the iPhones, then I'm not upgrading. But if we get USB-C and I get a free battery, I'm going to keep the 13 Pro Max around and leave service on it. And
there you go.
Pro Max.
Sweet. TomTom says, allow 2G services. Toggle on my settings. Should I turn this off even though there's no such thing as... I would turn it off because there's no such thing as 2G. I would actually turn off 3G. You know, it's kind of work.
If you got Verizon, TomTom, 3G, if you have a 5G device, based on what Carlos told me, is the reprovision. You'd have to, the SIM has to be reprovisioned.
Yep. And most of the time, we're charged the factory about halfway longevity, but I don't know what Genesis is doing with the phone before you give it to you. They should pre-charge it. As long as it lasts through the day, should be fine battery-wise. Yep. Do these dish towers reach an average of 3 to 7 miles depending on the terrain? How far do typical T-Mobile? That's about right. About 3 to 7, depends on the terrain. That sounds about right.
Yeah, my bad.
And then most of the urban areas with dish, the sites are low. They're like 75 foot tall, and it's a very dense network. So all the towers are close together. So there's a lot of short sites. T-Mobile does it a little different. A lot of times they'll put their shit up like 100 to 150 foot up and spread them out farther. So that's why your indoor coverage sucks. And they try to reuse the frequency as much as possible because they can't densify it because they don't have enough frequencies. This doesn't want you to ever really toggle LTE because they want you to native service if possible. Well, you got to have the LTE on if you're roaming on Verizon or AT&T, because if you leave Dish and you got LTE turned off and you go to an area that AT&T has no 5G yet, then you're actually going to have no service. So you got to have LTE on. You got to have it. So, I mean, we're too early in 5G to be turning off LTE. You got to have it nowadays. 3G, 2G, yeah, you can shit can that shit, no problem. Dish reaches pretty far. Yeah, that's not, no, from what I've seen, it didn't too bad. There you go. In some area near that, laughing my ass off. That's something I said, anyways. Dish near site in New Holland, Pennsylvania. Never blew a subwoofer, but that sound I would expect. Yep, something like that. S23 Ultra is going to be sweet. Yes, I believe so. I can't wait to test it out. I hope you enjoy it when it comes out. I will. Do you know if Dish is doing anything up in Northwest Pennsylvania? Probably not yet. They will be, though. Dish is aggressively putting stuff up. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the DCOM site that I saw today to get taken down for Sprint, if they're getting that ready for Dish to take over. I bet you anything. I'll see Dish stuff coming up here soon. So Alex says, yeah, nice live. Thanks, RFK. I'll be dealing with over 12 inches of snow tomorrow. Well, you can keep that snow. I don't want no snow. Ricky is still live and direct. Yes, we are. We're trying to close this live stream, but I got to get through the comments. That's one thing with my live streams. I will post, I will show every comment on my stream. So I do that. I do that for you guys. So I go through the comments. So some people don't like to go through all the comments, but now if I become a big YouTuber like SMT, it's going to be very, very hard for me to go with every comment. It would be a 10-hour live stream to get through all the comments. So, while I'm a small YouTuber, I am going to go through all the comments. So yes, I do that, especially if there's a question, because that's what question and answer. You guys that say the question, I give you the answer. If I don't know the question
Q&A.
or the answer, yep. If I don't know the answer, I will find it because I know how to find all the questions and the answers. I know how to do that.
He researched.
So what's next with the truck now, Ricky? Well, I know I'm going to be fighting with them. So, but I love the Dodge Durango. It's amazing. I love it. It's really good.
I really love Fords.
Here, let me pull up the picture when I pulled it up, or parked it at Fort Lauderdale when I went to the airport to Vegas. Let me pull that up now here, so you guys can see it.
I like Fords.
It's a beautiful truck, but I have to rotate the tires and I have to put a battery in it, and it doesn't look like the oil got changed. And they promised all this, so they said the vehicle was in perfect shape.
Don't tell me.
Well, when somebody tells me it's in perfect shape, it's a dealer in Tampa. I will reveal that if they don't fix the problems. And trust me, I'll do a whole live stream on them. And I'll tag it with the hashtag to make sure everybody knows. Yes, I will ruin them. So that's what I got. That's my truck I just got. It's a 2018 Dodge Durango RT 5.7 Hemi, all-wheel drive. Got the blacked out version on it because it's got the black rims and stuff. Thing is beautiful. Very, very nice truck. So I'm loving it so far. But it had a wet battery in it instead of a AGM gel battery like it's supposed to have from the factory. And the cranking amps was like 200 below what it's supposed to be. So actually last night at work, it died. I couldn't even start it. And then the battery charger I had just fried too. I had that battery charger for a year. And it melted, and then the hot and the water and the black touched each other and shorted out and fried my battery charger. So crazy. Oops. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So, but yeah, it's a beautiful truck. I love it. I want to keep it. I already got the battery. I got to get the tires rotated. Go get the oil changed. So I'm telling the dealer they got to reimburse me for all this. So that's what I'm gonna do. When they was arguing with me on the phone. I still have it. I got it up for sale, so I'm going to be selling it. So I'm going to sell it for $4,000. So if I can get $4,000 for it, I might get that out of it. It's a really good Jeep. It's not too bad. It'd be perfect for somebody who don't want payments, want something reliable. So it's a pretty good truck. So that's what's going on with that. Laughing out loud. Open Run Pro sounds like car struts. Yep, pretty much. Those S22 have to get firmware flash to work with this, so the open box of plastic, probably they forgot to charge it before they shipped it. Yep, very likely. My bad. The guy talking on this stream was with RFK was hard to hear. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Oh, that was you, Austin. I think. I think your audio was lower than everybody else's earlier, but you've since fixed that. Jason D, I've seen plenty of dish build-offs down here in Chester County and Lancaster County, as well as Philadelphia. No idea about Northwest PA. Yep, you got the Project Genesis. I need to disable 5G. No! Project Genesis is 5G. If you disable 5G, you have zero service. And you'll only have LTE with AT&T. You'll be going backwards, actually. So why would you want to disable the 5G? Yeah.
Yeah, it's when I'm
Do you have any images of new dish towers from when you were in Vegas? No, I actually never took pictures of any, but I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I can't remember if I did or not. I know Josh did. I know he snapped some pictures of, but I don't know. But yeah, Josh, if you did, just post them on Twitter so everybody can see them. But basically, a dish tower has one panel, just like the T-Mobile. So if you've seen a T-Mobile site with the great big giant panel and then the N41 panel next to it, just imagine that. It's the same exact panel. That's what Dish is using, because they're actually using band 71 and band 66 and 70. So that's what they're using on the, it's a quad band panel. They don't have band 12, so they're not using that. And they didn't even waste their time with band 26. They didn't even waste their time. I mean, it's just a little 5 megahertz sliver. It's just kind of a waste of time. But let's see. There's more Dish builds than AT&T 5G Plus here. Oh, wow. That's pretty impressive. By toggle, I meant manually. Okay. Like manually picking. Yeah. I gotta get through this chat here. We're 3 hours and 16 minutes. I'm hungry. I'm gonna cook me some. What am I gonna cook? I think I'm gonna cook some Cajun rice with Cajun sausage. I think that's what I'm gonna cook for supper. Lunch, breakfast, whatever. Yeah, this is normally like lunchtime for me right now. And I didn't even eat no breakfast. I just got up, made my coffee, and did this live stream here. So I kind of slept in today because I went to Advanced Auto today, got my battery. I got the battery and put it in there. So it's all done. So yeah, I drove home, I shut off the truck when I got home, and it was at 12.8 volts. So when as soon as I shut off the vehicle in the driveway, I looked down at the voltmeter and it said 12.8. The other battery, I could be driving and driving and driving. I go and I shut off the vehicle. It drops to 12.1 volts. So that just shows you the difference between that wore out ass wet battery versus a brand new AGM battery. So that just shows you how the voltage is more stable. It has a lot more capacity. It's got like 80 amp hours or something like that. So which is like 120 minutes reserve time. So it's made for a vehicle that has a lot of electronics in it, like the Jeep Grand Cherokees and the Dodge Durangos. Let's see. CommScope. Yep. JMA. Yeah. Genstein Divine for 5G. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't say that word. Bad, Joshy. Bad. Bad, son. Go to your room. Bad boy. Go to your room. Laugh loud. An oil change like $70. Why would they not do that for you? I know, exactly. Well, the thing is, they put the sticker in the window that says the oil is changed, and they reset the oil change in there. But when I pulled the dipstick out and I looked at it, that oil looked very dark to me. When you get your oil changed, it's not dark. It's like a very clear looking color, you know.
Well, my mom got.
And this is full synthetic oil. I know what full synthetic oil looks like when you first oil. Even with my Jeep with 250,000 miles on it, when I change the oil, and then I go home, I pull the dipstick, I look, it's clear looking. You know? So
when my mom got her Ford Escape, the oil was clean, and even then, she got the Ford when it was she got 6,000 miles put on it, and she went and got the oil changed, and it was still very clean oil.
Mm-hmm. There's a 3-day 100-mile buyback buyer's remorse law in Florida. Yeah, there probably is something. But see, I don't want to give the vehicle back. I just want them to make it right. I mean, if I'm going to pay $800 a month payment, I expect when I drive it off the lot, I don't have to put no money into it. Jesus, especially when they did a brake job on it. You can't rotate the tires when you do a brake job. I mean, how stupid can you be? Oh my God, this is going to get me all wound up here on the channel. I'm going to start cussing. PA Tech, thanks for your answer, man. I got Austin and Alex. Oh, okay, that no problem. My speeds are faster on LTE plus. Let's see. I gotta look. I might have some. LTE Genesis gives me 30 millisecond pings around 200 megabits. The other hand, when I'm fake 5G, my service barely works. Oh, well, that's crazy. So it sounds like to me AT&T market is not very good for you over there, Tom. It sounds like AT&T is skunking it up. Skunk ATT. Skunk TT. That's the panel with the line going down the middle, right? Yes. That's it. If people keep asking questions, we'll be here for 8 hours. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. AT&T has got LTE, Tom, but just ain't going to be happy if force LTE on the servers. They don't want you to use. Yeah. They must have forced LTE plus because they're going to complain about Jen's app and turn. Yep. I think Dish forcing me LTE, which is why I got better service. Well, I mean, it's good. It should pick what's best for you. I mean, it should. Project Lamesis. Oh my God. For now, at least. All they did was add oil. Yeah, well, it shouldn't be burning any oil or leaking any oil. I mean, it's sucker's only got 80,000 miles on it. Only a couple years old. Oh, yeah. So, Jason, no. Alex says, I would say I'm impressed with 5G Plus, and I love AT&T. Yeah. If you're in the right market, yeah, it's going to work good. The dual connectivity is going to fudge things up for you, but other than that, it's going to get better over time, unless you're using BitTorrent. Yeah, Genesis, you can run 10,000 speed tests a month and they don't care. True. Or AT&T with Boost Prepaid works fine here. Good. But I get 80 to 150 megabits, and on Boost Prepaid. Okay, that's good. All right, well, we're at the end of the thing here. Now we got to do some hashtags there. Not bad, Tom.
Boost the Project Genesis running 10,000 speed tests. Yeah, good luck. Speed tests don't matter when the network's not reliable.
Yeah. Say no to fake 5G. There's my hashtag for the night. Say no to fake 5G. And then we're going to do this. Say no to DC. Oh, I don't have another poll up, do I? Let me see. Nope, I don't have a poll question. Okay.
So
I have another poll question.
My Xfinity, when it went out last Friday for this stream ends, my AT&T Los Mobile stuff, it was running the whole house. This MacBook Pro was the router, and it would broadcast the Hulu was broadcasting on a TV. I was running a speed test. I was running stuff. The computer was running the weather station and everything. And all my system, all my system stuff was everything that this home had was being rerouted.
Yep.
Besides our fridge was being routed through AT&T, and it still had loaded pings less than 600 milliseconds for uplink and downlink.
Wow.
On
say no to thugs.
Oh,
Two live
snap.
crew, 100 megabits per second backhaul, 5G UW, 400 megabits per second AT&T
Bro,
N5. Oh
let's
my
go
God.
100 megabit backhaul. Ouch.
Say yes to CES DC. We got say no to fake 5G. There we go. AC. Yeah, we got some good hashtags.
I know
there.
about one gig backhaul for ultra widebands, but ultra wideband spots. But Jesus.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to everybody that's donated on the channel. You can see in the ticker below. Of course, I got to update that. I haven't updated that. I've been busy in CES. I haven't had a chance to update it, but I'll update that. It's going to get to a point where I can't put the money amounts because it's going to be too long. It won't let me. But what I'll do is later on is I'll put all the people's names in there as contributed there and everything. So, and then we're going to do all of the memberships. Thank you for the people who did the memberships so far.
I need to work on.
I appreciate that. If you want to do a PayPal donation, there's the PayPal link there. And if you want to do buy me a coffee, that's actually more money goes to me. YouTube don't get to rate me with 30% of the money and then get taxed on it. So I only get about half of it. So if you want more money to come to me, just do the buy me a coffee link there and do that. And if you can't afford to donate, just watch, like my channel, share my channel, go in when you're bored, go watch my past live streams, watch my drone videos, share them to everybody. Because look, if everybody in here shares it to all their friends and family, and then they like it, and then they share it, it could be a domino effect. I mean, I could go viral possibly, I mean, once it gets out there, then another channel might see me and say, hey, check out this dude. He may have 1 million subscribers. Hey, check out this dude, RFK Tech. He does a really good job on his, and then he tweets it out to everybody, and all of a sudden, bang, and I go viral. Next thing I know, I got like 500 people in my live stream, So my channel could blow up. I could get rich. I can fucking retire. Oop. Said the F word. I can retire.
Oh.
I can retire. That would be great. Maybe I can retire somewhere. Yeah. That's it. So there you go. There's another weekly live stream. Let's see. Let's go back to the comments here. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, okay. There we go. Everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you, Alex, Josh. Verizon slacking. Next time, turn up your gain. Yeah, he will. Love old Troy wideband, and then say no to Dex. Yeah, Dex was overheating on me because I turned my thermothrottling off.
No, what's going on is I'm not near the microphone. I'm gonna probably work on getting an external mic for this studio.
Yeah, that's true. Tom S&T has 25,000 subs, and he's been doing it for 7 years. So yeah. He's a big YouTuber, so it's going to take a little time for me to become a YouTuber. So, yeah, well, we'll see what happens. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Next week, we're going to talk about MOS, which is Mean Opinion Score. I'm going to tell you what it is, how they determine it, the technology they use to do it, and how they test the internet for the quality. And it has actually a score. So it's like 0% to 100% score. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. Give you examples, some websites, try to find some apps too. I'm going to try to see if we can find a MOS app on your phone that you can actually do that on the network. So maybe I'll start a new trend. Instead of seeing all these Ookla speed tests, then maybe we'll have this other new thing and it'll actually show how good the carrier's doing. One thing I can say, the closest thing we have to actually evaluating the quality of the network is already on most of your phones. It's called NPerf. But a lot of people don't want to do NPerf because it takes so long to do the test. But, I'd rather take a little bit longer and see the whole big picture, the whole box, and show you the results rather than a quick speed test. Oh, look, I got this gig down and I got 150 gig up. Yeah, but it sucks, So I'd rather do that. So we're going to do that next week. And then
You mean sitting a quarter of a mile from N41 getting 1.4 gigs down, but it takes 45 seconds to load YouTube's application?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Live and direct, baby. RFK, if you get to 5K subs, you will be big. Yeah, well,
live and direct.
I'll eventually get up there. Carlos was tiny, but he blew up to 8K subs last year. Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping is my Grand Canyon YouTube video goes. Actually, the views are going up fast on it. So I put the hashtags in there. So anybody that searches for Grand Canyon, my live stream is going to come up there. So I think we made history with that live stream. It's crazy that we was able to do that on Verizon 8.5 miles away. It blew my mind.
Spoiler alert. On Saturday, January 28th, I haven't scheduled it fully yet, but there'll be a live stream coming out 5 years the tech channel has been in operation. And that is conveniently the weekend right before the Samsung event. So we'll talk about Samsung.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The Samsung event's coming up, everybody. So it won't be long. We'll be having that.
Wednesday, February 1st. I'm looking into it right now, the live stream, reacting to it.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Sounds good. All right, so we're out of this here. Here's a raccoon with rabies because he had T-Mobile too long. So there you go. We're out of here. See you guys later. See you next week. Bye-bye. Enjoy the drone video.